if you're on Twitch. One thing I want to talk about real quick is we are also on all the audio platforms as well. You should see it in this graphic here. Literally, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio. If you guys listen to podcasts on a platform and you notice we're not on that platform, hit me up on social media, email me, whatever. Make a comment on the YouTube. Let us know, because I want to make sure that we can have the podcast on the audio side wherever you guys listen. I also have some announcements to make. I'm super excited about this. Last couple months I've been super hard at work trying to get this album done for you guys. And the people who are going to get first access to this, I put the link right here. That's going to be the people in the Patreon. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Go to patreon.com/JaredSingerLive. You get first access to everything as we start doing some cooler and cooler shit this summer, as well as bonus content, discounts on merch and stuff like that as we start to roll all that kind of stuff out. So make sure you go there. That's where the biggest supporters. If you've already subscribed, if you've already done that and you want to step it up a notch, you can join for as low as $3 a month. It's not a lot of money, especially with inflation going up. I didn't raise my prices. Still $3 a month. And there's a couple other tiers in there too if you really want to go crazy. All right, we got some ad reads we got to make. Let's get this done. This episode of the podcast and every podcast we do here is sponsored by Tone Vault Audio and Media. Tone Vault Audio and Media was formed as a recording studio business by musicians in active gigging bands. Doing work over the years in multiple facilities as well as in a mobile fashion, simultaneously while playing in live gigging bands, the Tone Vault staff has developed the experience to know why quality, performance, and longevity of cables is important, as well as the demands needed for a great go-to top-of-the-line product for all your professional project needs, as well as live music application. We tried all kinds of cables, and of course we have our favorites. They, however, tend to have a price point that's not so favorable. So we decided to craft our own and make it a little bit more wallet friendly without sacrificing quality. We use these cables ourselves for our studio and music projects, and that includes me. My entire drum set is wired up with these, and we're currently in the process of rewiring the entire podcast studio. They offer a lifetime warranty with a 30-day, zero-risk, money-back guarantee. If you don't like them within that first month, just return them. After that 30 days, it's a lifetime warranty, just like any of the other big names. 24 karat gold contacts, 99% oxygen free. You know the deal. They're absolutely phenomenal. Extravaganza listeners can also use the code 15SINGER, that's 15SINGER, for an extra 15% off any purchase. So go to www.tone-vault.com/JSE and join the Tone Vault family today. This episode of the podcast is also sponsored by Marco V Cigars, the official cigar of the Jared Singer Extravaganza. In 1909, an Italian immigrant named Victor Vito landed on American soil. Despite only having pennies to his name, Victor smoked a cigar to honor his pursuit of opportunity and success. Starting with that first cigar, a tradition was born. In the Vito family, cigars came to represent pride in accomplishments and optimism for the future, and they still do. More than a century later, Victor Vito's great-grandson Marco honors his heritage with Marco V Cigars. Marco and his team's commitment to quality, flavor, and construction have established the company as a premier boutique cigar brand. Every step in the Marco V cigar making process is shaped by a drive for perfection. Farmers in the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua tend to their crops by hand, and the planting, harvesting, and curing are carefully guided by Marco V's tobacco experts. Dedicated research and testing have resulted in a leaf that cures with a rich, complex flavor. Each blend is aged for years to enhance the tobacco's deep natural sweetness, and every bale is inspected 6 times before the cigars are rolled by hand, never put through a machine. Quality still comes from the hands of the artisans. After a final inspection, the cigars are packed and shipped around the world. Overseeing the entire supply chain guarantees that every Marco V cigar yields the perfect celebratory smoke. Victor Vito's 1909 cigar represented pride in himself and his achievements. More than a century later, Marco V honors Victor's legacy with the highest quality cigars on the market. Create your own tradition, salute your achievements and your successes with Marco V cigars. Exclusive for Jared Singer Extravaganza listeners, just for you guys, same deal, baby. Go to marcovcigars.com and use checkout code Extravaganza15 to get an extra 15% off of your order. You can order my personal favorite, which is their Palladium, or you can order what I'm smoking on right now, which is their Maduro House Blend. Extremely affordable to begin with, and y'all get another 15% off this motherfucker. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Bud Ingram Lyle Photography. Bud is a photographer specializing in working with bands, both onstage and offstage. His goal is to catch those special images that reflect the dynamic nature of live music, catching badassery since 1886. He also does portrait work of all kinds, photographing solo models or groups in his studio or on location. And yes, you can afford him. Okay, does all of my work. Extremely great guy, very easy to work with, extremely professional. Go to www.bilphoto.com now and book your photo shoot today. Book's out about 60 to 90 days, so whenever you're listening to this, just make sure that you understand you can't book him for this weekend's gig, you guys. This episode of the podcast is also sponsored by Shooter Lube. Yeah, baby, we're back. Shooter Lube's back, baby. Two-stage cleaning system, military-grade cleaning solvent. The new technology has you cleaning your gun better than ever. Our solvent is designed to penetrate deep into the metal, cleaning carbon buildup in less time than other leading solvents. The extreme weapons oil, that's the second stage. Standard gun lubricants and CLPs are outdated and a thing of the past, you guys. With the new cutting-edge technology, we're creating a new level of protection and lubricant. Unlike other gun oils that just sit there on the surface, extreme weapons oil penetrates deep into the pores of the metal. It forms a bond on and in the metal that does not wipe off, wear off, melt, or evaporate with heavy use. There's free shipping on orders over $50 within the United States, and there's a 100% money-back guarantee on all items. So join the revolution by going to www.shooterlube.com and use promo code SINGER to save 15% at checkout today. Yeah. Anyways, fucking you guys look great. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm like just sharing this fucking Facebook post. I guess I should fucking maybe not do it. Who gives a fuck? I was gonna share that we're all here tonight. I took the social media. I'll share it tomorrow as the had a great time post. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for being here, Rob. It's your first time.
Yes, it is. Thanks for having me.
I'm honored to have you, buddy. Fucking Greg, how you feeling?
I feel good.
Fresh out of rehab, looking great.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank you.
great, looking healthy, looking fucking
The third time's a charm.
motivated. And fucking
Yeah, man.
the vibe is different, man.
Yeah,
I'm having a beer, testing you already.
have a couple. That's fine.
No, in all honesty, I needed one beer. I started drinking it before you guys got here because I was all fired up.
It was
And I was
like
trying to chill the fuck out.
it was
I
like-
won't be drinking tonight heavily.
it's like the athlete that, was in his prime one day and then he fucking doesn't want to give up. That was me.
Right.
That was me with fucking drugs and alcohol, Just,
Yeah.
no, I got another game left in me. And then it's like, no, dude, you got to be put out to pasture and fucking, you made the party in Hall of Fame.
I can
Time to
still do
retire.
it, coach.
Yep, exactly.
I can still do it.
Take me out like old Yeller.
So what does that feel like? Because I feel like I'm kind of getting to that point. And not necessarily because I have like an addiction problem. I feel like it's just because I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Like, man, I fucking drink. If I get a really nice buzz going, I
Yeah.
swear to God, it's like, it's not impairing. Like, it doesn't fuck my life up. But I swear to God, I have a fucking hangover for like 2-3 days.
Yeah. That'll happen. I mean, Rob, you can drink pretty good. How do you feel afterwards?
Man, the hangovers really do kill me nowadays, for sure. Especially with the whiskey. I could have 30 beers and wake up the next day and be fine, but I like whiskey.
Right.
I love whiskey.
Yeah, right.
What kind of whiskey? Like, what's your favorite type?
I go through
Not even brand.
Right. I go through phases right now. I'm on this stuff called Old Tub from Jim Beam. So before that, it was Devil's Cut. I mean, I just kind of roll through things. I get on like a 3-month kick and then I move on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you a binger?
No, I drink all the time.
No. I don't mean like binge drinker. I mean like you get onto something and that's all you want for a while.
Yes.
So when I was a kid, it was fucking.
I'm very narrow because if I find something that works, it just works.
Yeah,
right.
and you
So
just
that I don't
binge that one thing until you're burnt out on it. I assume.
Exactly. I don't need to experiment. I've experimented enough in my 20s and 30s. So
yeah, I feel you on that.
So if I find something that works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, it basically feels like I'm gonna die if I keep doing this. And so, like, it's either you like something just kind of tells you, I don't know. There's a lot of times where there's been the feeling like, oh, I can figure out a way to weasel my way around this and get away with it, no matter what it is. But it just at some point in time, it kind of turns the corner, and it's like I'm not really even being paranoid about this. Like, I'm gonna fucking die if I keep doing this.
Yeah.
And so it's not even like you're not supposed to put yourself in situations where people are getting fucked up. And I mean, if somebody was passing a fucking glass pipe around here, that might be a different story. I might have a different issue with it, but like I can watch people drink.
Yeah,
That was never the issue for me. It was booze was always the reward if I stayed away from stimulants,
Right.
coke, crack, speed. But if I stayed away from that, I would drink, right? And it took until this time to fucking really admit the fact that I was an alcoholic. And once that happened, I was like, oh fuck, okay, because it was either one or the other. And then I dialed it back, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, like since I was 15 years old, there have not been that many blocks of time where I have been clean.
Right.
So once that was realized and acknowledged, that was a huge thing. I'm like, dude, the booze is just basically buying time. And plus I was just turned into an asshole. Right. That was the other thing. The happy guy was gone. And it's like, I don't know. I could watch people get hammered and be fine with it. You know, do I want to go to a bar and sit there for 6 hours while people are getting hammered and I'm not? Well, probably not.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. Like every time one of my friends would get sober, I'm like, does this mean you... Because a lot of them won't go to the bar anymore. I know a lot of people who've had to get sober and they're like, I can't hang around people that drink and shit. And then it's like, okay, but you're a musician.
Yeah.
You play at clubs.
Right.
And bars. And it's part of our culture. It's not just part of it. It's deeply enriched in our culture.
Yeah.
That's got to be fucking crazy hard. But at the same time... I don't know.
Well, it's for me, it's been interesting because, you know, I'm a vocalist, right? And so there's a direct correlation. I mean, yeah, if you're fucked up when you're playing guitar, that's not good. No. But I would assume that if you're hungover, it's not going to affect you too bad, no. Right? Like you don't, but it's different. Like it's been a main factor in wanting to be clean because this is honestly, it's the first time in my life that I've approached vocals clean. And as I'm getting older, and I don't smoke cigarettes, like I smoke nothing, and I feel better now with the consistency and just the control of voice than I have in fucking almost ever, honestly. Like as you get older, the voice changes, right? I can't hit some of the same high notes but I'm also not trying.
You can also hit lower notes than you could back in the day, too, though.
There's that, and it's identifying what you can or can't do, which is... I mean, I'm kind of getting off on it because one of the reasons I like playing metal is just to fucking stomp, you know? And I mean, I could play different whatever, but I like metal because I like to fucking be the baddest motherfucker on that microphone. Or at least think that I am, you know? And so this makes it the conduit of being able to get there. And like, I'm looking forward to getting on stage and being clean and being in fucking fighting weight. So that's actually made it kind of easier. Now we'll be hanging out there all night and getting no, probably not. I'll probably end up back at home before payout even and figure that out on the run, you know, but I don't know. It's weird.
So speaking of, you guys have a show coming up. You got a show coming up.
June 25th at the Dog House in Maplewood with Stormbreaker.
June 25th with Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
The boys. Those are my boys now.
Yeah,
I've had them on the podcast. Fucking gotten to know those boys over a period of time.
They seem pretty fun.
They're dope, dude. They're fucking dope. I haven't seen the new lineup. I miss Billy already.
Yeah, I mean,
they lost a guitar player and a drummer. And a drummer, actually.
Okay.
Dude, their drummer was fucking hilarious. He came on the podcast, dude. We hung out for a while, dude. Their drummer was probably one of the most fun people I've hung out with from the music scene in a while. Like, he was just fucking energy. You know what I mean? In a weird way. Like, not in a, like, obnoxious, loud...
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there was just something about his personality. Yep. Like, he was an explosion that was constantly being contained. That would be the best way I would describe him.
Yeah.
He was great. He was so much fucking fun, dude.
We're playing, and then we have another show book that I can't announce yet, but that'll be soon. It's like in a couple months or whatever. But in both scenarios, we're support, right? Direct support. And I mean, if you want to call it that on a local level or whatever, but
it still is.
It still is. I like that slot the best of all of them.
Everybody knows that's the best slot.
It's the best slot, you know?
Everybody knows that's the best slot.
The headlining slot's good. I mean, it's cool, but your ass is on the line.
Do you remember when we played a show together at Club Underground and I put you on second? And you were like, come on, man, second? And I was like, dude, we're headlining third. We have a closing act. And you went... That's brilliant. Do
Yeah,
you
well,
remember that conversation?
I think so.
'Cause,
I
like,
don't
we
know.
didn't have real headliners back then,
Right.
and you didn't want to play that late. You wanted that third slot. So so I just said, let's stop bullshitting people that they're headlining. You're not. You're closing the show.
Mhm.
Okay, we have an opener, we have direct support, we have headliner, and we have a closer. And I literally relabeled it, like when I was paying people and everything. When I was sending shit out, I was like, "You're not fucking headlining. We're headlining."
Right.
And so when I told Greg I wanted Black Flood to play second, because we were doing a bunch of shit together back then, a bunch of shit. I was like, "No, dude, you're not playing second. You're playing direct support. We're headlining. Those fucks are closing. Watch, it's going to be empty as soon as we get done. That room's done." And sure as shit, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And I felt as bad for the closing bands as I did for the opening bands because there was never anybody there.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know how that works. And we're only talking venues that were holding 200 to 500 people in the first place. I think the specific one I'm talking about was Club Underground, which is like 150 people.
Well, fuck, if you have 150 people in there,
That's
people are getting pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah, dude,
It's-
that's and I think more people, more bands need to go back to playing clubs like that right now because there's too many bands that are trying to get in a room like the main event. Oh, sorry, what is it called? Where are you guys playing?
Doghouse.
We're playing the doghouse.
The Doghouse. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a 888 person capacity when it was called the Rock. I don't know
Yep.
if changes have been made.
You could get that many people up in there?
That's what it was. It was the same exact as Star Central. Star
Really?
Central they way oversold though because they had that side room and the belly room they called it, which was the fucking
No, well, that was the actual Star
pool
Bar.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Star
Pool
Bar.
room. And then Star Central. So they had three rooms. They had Star Central, then they had that pool room they called the belly, and then they had the fucking, I said the belly room like it's a comedy store. They called it the belly. And then they had the actual Star Bar, which was the whole other side of that fucker. So they would way oversell 888, but that was the legal capacity of that room. Same as
God, we would get fucking shit faced
dude,
in
they'd
that
sell
place.
1,500 tickets to those fucking shows. Like it wasn't. They were way overselling them. I remember back then, but I think there's too many bands that are bringing 150, 200 people to 400, 500, 800, 900 people venues. It's
Right.
like, dude, take your 200 people and put them in a room that only holds 150. Trust me. Because not all 200 people will be there at the same time. We're talking about a 3-band, 4-band bill, right? Few of them are going to move in and out. So sell 200 tickets, oversell the room. Some people won't show up at all. Other people will be in and out. But trust me, man, the vibe will come back. Like your shows will be dope. And that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what we would do at Club Underground. It was great. For 2 bands. The other 2 were fucked, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, I mean it's nice playing. Yeah, it'll be fun. That'll be a fun night.
Yeah.
I think most of us, our egos are too goddamn big, dude. We want to play big rooms. We're not thinking clearly.
Yeah.
You
So yeah, we got Rob is our newest. You're our newest member.
Yep.
And then we got a new drummer, Gerson Prez.
Yep.
So I've heard this story a couple times, but I want you to tell the story of how you ended up in the band because I've heard it twice now.
Yeah.
Once from Don and once from you. So either one of you. Actually, I want to hear the story of how you joined the band from your perspective
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
and I think that'll also be the best for the listeners.
Yeah. Because quite honestly, I remember maybe half of the conversation.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He was Josh Kellerman lives right down the street from me, and he was hanging out with Kellerman that night. They were going to watch a playoff game at a bar, and he called me up and invited me. And got a kid and stuff, hanging out with the wife. So last minute notice stuff usually doesn't work.
It
So.
was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday, yep. So anyway, I'm an early guy, so I'm up at 4 a.m. and I get this message in Messenger at 4:15. Hey, why don't you join Black Flood Diesel? I'm like, what? I'm like, this is like, if anybody that knows me or Greg, this would be like never happen, right? Completely opposite sides of the music spectrum. So I'm like, dude, I think you texted the wrong Robert. Dude. That's what I said to him. I'm like, dude, you got the wrong guy, dude. Wrong Rob. Sorry. How you doing? You doing all right? He's like, no. I got the right one. I'm like, okay, you're fucking hammered. Then he fucking calls me. And then he throws me like the sales pitch. He's like, dude, it's going to be a great time. Come down. Everybody's fucking cool. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. 4:15 in the morning. Let's do it. So I fucking messaged Don Tinsley. And I said, hey, dude, guess we're jamming together. What tuning in? Don just texted me back, drop B. I'm like, all right, fucking went downstairs, started fucking listening to the shit and picking songs apart, send me a set list, started learning it and shit. And but really though, I think it was about 2 years ago, me, Don, and Greg met at Old Chicago in Roseville. And there's always been something between us three where we wanted to work together. We even talked about starting an original project. Don and I are very similar rhythm guitar players. I can't touch him on leads. I mean, that's nobody can around here really. But so Don and I mesh really well. Greg's a cool guy. So I think there was always something back there. And then they were kind of getting Black Flood going again. And Greg got drunk and sent me a text message. So that's how that went down.
That was the last night I drank.
That's why he went to rehab.
No. So that's I kind of like the little joke is like, well, at least I went out with a victory,
right?
Because like it was a string of fucking terrible losses before then,
right?
And from drinking, and like at least we're gonna go out in a high note there. So and fucking Kellerman, I think he was like looking at me like I was kind of nuts, because it's at his house, and my girlfriend would get so pissed off, and she left me with the Kellermans, and I'm like, oh fucking whatever, I'm gonna call in sick to work or whatever, which I did, and so I end up back at the Kellerman's house, and before you know it, I'm on the phone with you, and Josh is like, I can't believe you're calling him, and he's like, well, what'd he say? And I'm like, well, I think he's in, and he's like, no fucking way. And I go, well, I'm like, and so I think he thought that it was just, like, you're blacked out, fucked up,
blacked out drunk.
Yeah, and then when I like circled back and told him, he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I go, yeah, it came from that night at your house.
Yep.
He's like, no, that you're kidding me. Yep. I'm like, yeah, and then that was pretty much that. Then then the next month I'm like, okay, well, no more booze, and then I went on the drug train, and then I ended up in rehab, and now here we are.
There we are.
So it worked out. Pretty well.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in chat, they're fucking having a great fucking discussion, by the way. Like that's when I think your podcast is actually good, is when they're having their own discussion in chat. So yeah, they're saying the Doghouse currently is a 300 capacity venue.
Oh wow.
Really?
Which makes me laugh, because they definitely arbitrarily decided that then, because like back in the day, I know for a fact Brian was trying to put as many bodies as he could in that building. And I remember reading the sign, and the capacity was 888 people. And then the reason that's significant to me and why I will die on this fucking hill is because I also remember reading that same exact sign in Star Central and finding it weirdly odd, like more than odd, like insanely crazy weird, that both venues were exactly 888 people for their legal capacity, because that's decided by the fire marshal and no one else.
Right. Right, you can't just say, well, this room fits 80 people.
No, fire department's got to come and certify it.
I will never forget that, is what I'm saying. So I will fucking die on this hill. Yeah. So the 300 has to be like a self-contained cap. Like, we don't want more than 300. I don't know, dude. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That room
they're
is
even
weird.
Debating that in chat right now, because they're like, that's weird, because like the old rock, and yes, that is the Doghouse. It's the same thing.
Yep.
They're like, that's weird, because that's a big place.
And
it's almost the. I think it was. Because it's set up differently, I think the square footage is a little different, but it still ended up at 888 for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because you can have a lot of fucking way more than 300 people. I remember drawing 300 people to the Rock, and you don't even fill the full floor to the bar.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even know honestly how to book the Doghouse. I mean, I would book the Rock, no problem, but I don't know who fucking runs the place. I have no clue.
300 people doesn't even get you to the bar. I'm sorry. It's not. And if it does, it's like half filled. There's social distance in between everybody. Right. You could run around and mosh. That's not. No. Because I remember dying Euphoria
it's a nice
500
place.
People.
It's a nice place. It just.
Yeah, it's great.
The Rock was just had this sleaziness about it, because they had that weird wheel in the corner that you could like gamble on. I don't even know what it was, but then like the owner got busted for like an underground gambling ring, and it was like this had this coating.
You're talking before Brian.
Yeah, they just had this coating of sleaze, like it was a money.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, it got, I don't know exactly what it got busted for, but it was like a money laundering, like it was like a fucking washing machine. So like the guy that I don't know the exact details, but it was very, very sleazy. Like when you would look at a wheel like that,
right,
you would think something of that nature.
Right.
That's what ended up. The guy got tagged for like hiding fucking money in that enterprise, and I'm like, I always was like, what is that fucking wheel?
Yeah.
You know, like, and people would like hover around it and like, you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
It
what
was
you're
right
talking
when you walked in the
Yep.
door to the right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never played it.
Yeah, they got a ton of those. Those are usually run by those what is it, the Lions or whatever?
Yeah.
The charity shit or whatever.
How do you work 'em?
Like they're like I have no idea. I've never played one,
Yeah.
but I see people playing them.
I don't know why I was kind of afraid of it because it was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I like to gamble, but that was it was too much.
Yeah, no, never.
Unless it was for a meat raffle. I could justify it.
Right. Well, yeah.
I know that's what makes sense to me. But putting actual money on that,
Right.
I don't.
Just losing the money to lose money. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. That place changed hands, and then when fucking Brian owned it, that's when I knew The Rock.
Yeah.
And it was dope, dude. And that's why I know the difference between 300 people, 500 people, and a sold out crowd in that venue.
Yeah,
Because I spent years there. And there's no way it's really only 300 people. I'm not.
No,
I will fucking
no.
die on this hill. It has to be. There's and in the significance of that weird 888 number on both venues. I'll die on that fucking hill. But yeah, I don't think we should be doing that. I just don't think it's smart. I don't think it's effective for anybody. It's not effective for these bars that have huge operational costs. It's not effective for the bands. It doesn't have that vibe of like a nice packed concert, you know.
Well, Chilton and Natalie Quirk, they're like reopening up Skyway Studio B.
Yeah, they've done a couple things there so far.
That's
that's
like
a smaller
perfect.
room,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
What's the cap on that?
Oh, that's got.
I think Greg
That's got to
might
be
even
like
still be in chat.
700-800 maybe at least, if not more. I mean, that
And
room's pretty
the small
big.
room,
Yeah,
really?
so, yeah.
I've never even seen it. I don't even
Oh, you
know.
never been up there? Oh, I've played
I
up there.
know.
It's a great
We
stage.
played a big room, and then I've been in there for raves and shit, and hung out at that little bar.
Okay.
And that's it. I've never seen the side room. I know some friends of mine went and saw Combi Christ there
Yeah.
back a few years ago and said it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love me some Combi Christ. KMFDM is coming to the Caboose.
Greg, if you're
Fuck.
still in the chat, Greg, what's the cap at Skyway? And is it Studio B?
Yeah, Studio B.
KMFDM at the Caboose is going to be fucking ridiculous. Oh, I can't wait for that.
So what's the caboose?
The Caboose, I don't know. I mean, when we played that show,
The inside.
I don't know. There was about 200 people that were in there, and I'd say it was about half full.
No way.
Would that sound about right? I
Yeah,
mean,
that sounds about right.
the floor
Throughout
was
the night.
full by the time the show.
I think after Ginger got out, there was a few more people that showed up.
That's the
'Cause
thing.
That was the same night we played. I wasn't in the band. I was playing another band on that bill.
There was about $1.50 paid.
Yeah.
And then there's more people that trickle in or whatever. And then there was some people who came in that had a Ginger stub. But so I'd say about 200 people that were there. But then they have that back patio, which is you never really know. I mean, when we were playing, the floor was pretty full, and then there's some people at the bar. And then you never know who's out at that back patio because it's totally separate. It's outside. People, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'd say if I had to guess, in the Caboose, they don't have that upper part open ever. I don't know, maybe 380 to 400
in the Studio B.
And then at the Caboose.
Oh, you talking about for capacity?
Yeah.
Oh no, their capacity is almost 1,000.
The Cabooses?
Oh yeah, when we
that's
played
what
with
I'm saying.
Overkill,
I don't
we
think
had
you
like
guys have
900
good
paid.
spatial
Really?
awareness,
No, not
man.
at all. Apparently, yeah.
Caboose is like right around 1,000.
That's what
Really?
I'm saying,
Yeah.
man. That's what I would have guessed. I would
Really?
have guessed. I would have
Oh, yeah.
guessed even
the
even
room looks so
1,200 I
fucking
could've
weird
guessed.
because of the way the fucking stage is
Wow.
lit up, but it's pretty
The way-
long in there, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's a big room, and then you have the outdoor spot. That's got to be.
1,000 people, really?
I bet
Oh,
you
yeah, I
the
bet.
outside is between 500 and 700.
So I guess that makes
that
sense
outside
why
stage
fucking
area?
Overkill,
Yeah.
fucking KMFDM, they had Digital Underground there, I remember back in the day.
Yep.
I guess it makes sense why some of those, by Bobby, put some of those bands in there.
Oh yeah.
What does the Amsterdam hold?
Ooh, I don't know on that one.
I've never played that, but I want to do.
That's a
I don't
great
know,
room.
but two other places that are deceptively huge are fucking Ground Zero and the Fine Line. Too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize how big those venues are. All these places were deceptively bigger than everybody seems
It's
to
kind of
think
like
they
how
are.
Don refers to his dick, deceptively huge.
Because I remember talking to
that only took 20 minutes. Start getting on Don.
Right, exactly.
I also remember I remember talking to Brian about numbers.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, capacity is 880, but we'll sell. The more we talk about this, the more I remember. He's like, capacity is 800 or 900 or whatever it was. And he's like, but we'll sell 1,000 or 1,200 tickets depending on what we think because we know X won't show up, and the rest of them are going to be filtering in and out.
Right.
And we have no problem saying we're at cap
Yeah.
right now. You need to wait. Like, we have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, that would be the greatest thing that ever happened. It's never happened. And I was like, interesting. Because him and I started to book shows together. And
Yeah.
shit. Not just on a local level.
The capacity at First Avenue, if memory serves me correct,
I
wasn't
was
even
trying to book shows with
1,500.
him. Sorry, I misspoke.
It's not even 1,500.
I'm not
I
sitting
want
here
to say it
trying
was
to
like
make shit up.
1,380
Yeah.
or something like that. And so
Where?
at First Avenue in the main room.
I thought it's 1,500 there.
Yeah, it's right in the territory. Well,
Yeah.
let's say 1,500.
But maybe it's legally 1,380, but they sell
Right.
1,500.
I mean, and
you know
there's
what I
been
mean?
times in there where you're like fucking humping each other.
Yeah.
I remember when Bungle played in there. They was just fucking packed.
You guys
Guar.
want a cigar?
I mean, just fucking packed. I'm good,
No,
thank you.
I'm
You
good.
sure? I got
No.
a fucking cigar sponsor. You sure you don't want these fucking free dope cigars?
No, but
Free
who?
dope cigars. I'll take a free dope cigar.
Yeah.
You can smoke it.
Who is the cigar maker?
Smoke a cigarette first.
Local company, Marco V.
Okay.
They make them in the Dominican Republic. Are you big cigar smokers?
I wouldn't.
I do.
I couldn't tell you.
Probably a
Fuck
couple
all.
a year.
Couple of years.
All I know are
Smells
blunt.
good.
Yeah, blunts.
These are their cheaper line. That's why they give them to us for free.
Yeah.
But they are definitely the best cigar you can smoke. That's like literally $5 or less.
Okay.
It's just not really.
Smells great.
It's amazing. You want one?
I'm good. Thank you.
You sure?
I'm
you smoke
positive.
cigarettes, right?
I don't. I quit.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
dude.
I quit smoking. I quit everything.
This is how I quit
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes. Not
Cigars?
really.
Oh yeah. Here.
Not
I got
really.
you.
I actually had already quit, and then like within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I was like, I got this. I'm gonna start smoking cigars, just because I've always wanted to get back into smoking cigars.
Yeah. It was
I
the
just-
COVID that honestly that made me stop for
Me
good.
too. I think too. October. I think I caught COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was weird. Like
It took 3 months to get full lung capacity back
Really?
for me.
oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't anything
Jesus.
like for me.
Yeah. No. I mean, I could breathe, and it was
Yeah.
like. But we played a show out in Chippewa Falls, and I've never been that tired afterwards. And it was because of it was
Yeah.
like I was testing negative, but it was a week after having COVID.
Oh yeah.
And it took, I was worried for a minute. I'm like, fuck, this does not feel right. And
Yeah.
it took 3 months.
Jesus.
And so at that point in time, I was like, I was occasionally smoking, but at that point, I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, because that scared the fucking shit out of me.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, really. I'm like, you could smoke fucking meth. I could smoke cigarettes and fucking weed
Right.
for years. I'm like, but this happened.
Yeah.
No.
Toast.
The lungs have to be taken care of.
Right.
It was frightening.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Right, if you're a cut guy, it's a piece of shit though. I'm a punch guy. If you want to punch, but
I saw you had Jamal on again the other night. Then, and
oh yeah, hold on. I want to say about the COVID thing,
Yeah.
dude. Mine was I didn't actually test positive.
Yeah.
I think I had it. You know, whether
something
I tested,
didn't feel
whether
right.
I tested positive or not is irrelevant to me.
Right.
Because I feel like I had it because it was pretty weird. I just felt really shitty and really weird for like 3, 4, 5 days. None of them were horrendous, like I thought I was gonna die or anything. But what was interesting is I ran out of smokes one night, so I fucking grabbed those, you know, the roll your own tobacco. I had the good stuff sitting over there, or whatever. Dude, I rolled one of them up, and it was so fucking nasty. I was like, dude, I think I'm done smoking.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next day, and I was like, no, for real, that was disgusting. And like, all of a sudden, I made it to 8 p.m., and I was like, shit, I already made it 24 hours. I only got to make it 24 more hours. I mean, it's a longer story than that, but I feel like I've told that story on countless podcasts. People can go back. If they're really interested, they can go back and watch other podcasts on it because it's not that interesting of a story. But I did quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. Just wasn't feeling
You don't even
great.
crave it anymore at all, ever?
No, is what I do crave is cigars.
Sure.
And it's not anything like a fucking cigarette.
Yep.
Like I can go a day or 2 or 3, no problem. I crave a cigar. I think, man, I fucking really want to smoke a cigar right now. But it's nothing like a cigarette craving. Where it's like, I need a fucking cigarette or I'm going to murder somebody.
Right.
I've never once felt that about a cigar, even now, at all. No, it's just the chill pleasure of it. And
Well, plus a good, like,
I don't
you
know,
could be
man,
a
it's
cigar
just-
connoisseur, right?
Yeah.
Like, there are some people who are like really fucking into it, and
I'm fucking obsessed. I am. I really am, dude.
I mean, they are
it.
pretty fucking cool.
I love it, dude.
They really, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
They're the greatest thing. They're just getting expensive.
Yeah.
You know, like everything else in this world, which is why I'm starting like, yeah, fuck, I think I do want to be rich.
You know, plus anything that you smoke that you have to use a blowtorch for. I mean, there's a special spot in my heart for anything that you use a blowtorch for. Really.
Yeah.
It is fucking dope. There you go, buddy. You want to punch it?
I already cut it. That was enjoy a nicotine cigarette first before I get into the big boy stuff here.
See, that I can't do both. When I smoked cigs, I couldn't also smoke cigars. Like a cigar was not satisfying or enjoyable. It was like, yeah, I fucking missed this. This should be a lot better. It's not enough though, and I would like still fire up a cigarette.
Do you get sick when you inhale a cigar?
Probably.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
definitely shouldn't. Do
You're not
that.
supposed to.
You
No.
definitely should.
What is the point of it then? To taste?
So when I smoke cigars, it's usually when I'm drinking whiskey.
Okay. And they go well together.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Like whiskey on the rocks and a good cigar.
Yeah.
You get this nice aftertaste going.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also really do, like, if you pair it right, a lot of the cigar guys at the cigar lounge, because you're not allowed to drink in Minnesota cigar lounges.
Really?
Yeah, it's some stupid fucking law, because they classify, if you serve alcohol, it's automatically a bar. Right?
Even if you bring in a bottle of whiskey yourself?
Depends on where you go. There's private clubs too in town.
Sure.
I learned a lot. But Dr. Pepper is actually one of the most popular things that non-alcohol drinkers will drink with a
Really?
cigar. And
Interesting.
it is fucking awesome.
Really?
Somebody came on the podcast and suggested it. The next time I went to the cigar lounge that didn't serve alcohol,
Yeah.
I saw they had Dr. Pepper, ordered one, and they were right. It was amazing. So I was like, hey, Kate, that's my wife's name. I was like, hey, Kate, next time you go to the grocery store, grab some Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And we've been drinking Dr. Pepper ever since.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great, man.
So, yeah, what else is going on?
Are you guys recording new music? You did that 1459 Studios thing. That was a live deal, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
So you just tracked over there?
Full tracking. We're doing full tracking, full production, mix master on it.
Oh, that's going to be dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're revisiting some of the older tunes. So we figured we're in the process of starting up the writing phase for new stuff. But that being said, we're playing. Rob was talking to Will, and it just kind of worked out to get in there.
Well, yeah. So I got a couple other bands, and my other band, Glutton for Punishment, actually had this whole month booked for a fourth full length. And our drummer blew out his elbow 2 days for going to the
That had
studio.
to hurt.
Yeah. So,
Fuck.
and then Will's like, "Fuck, dude, this
Blew
was
out his elbow?
yeah, he can't play for 4 to 6 weeks. So he's in like
Fuck.
4 bands. He's a beast, but just overdid it a little bit. And then Will's like, "Yeah, you had the whole month booked, man. So if you know any projects looking," and I'm like, "Yeah, if I know anybody, I'll say something." So I just randomly brought it up to these dudes. I'm like, "Hey, there's some availability," and I threw the thing out because I've done the live recording there before with Krog, which turned out really fucking good, I thought. And they were down for it. And then so I went back to Will, and Will's like, "Nah, dude, fuck that. I'll give you full production, dude, for the same price." So I was like, "Fuck, we're helping each other out." And yeah, it sounded pretty good. We got all the instruments or tracks. Greg goes in next Tuesday. So it's like all the shit's just kind of lining up, with the recording, the shows coming up, and all that stuff. And then hopefully after the 3 shows and we get through this summer, start the writing process. I really want to write with these guys.
It's fun too, as like a little, I don't want to say icebreaker, but with new people, coming in and a new lineup and just getting older. Like there's songs that people have heard, but as we get older, I mean, I know I sound different than before, and with a new lineup, there's a new energy,
Dynamic.
Yeah, so I've always kind of liked when you re-record some older stuff. There are people who still listen from back in like fucking 2002. And so what it does is it reopens this little discussion about, fuck that, I like the old version. Or there are some people who are like, oh, that's fucking cool. And so it kind of, some people don't like the new take on it, but at least they're talking about it. And then some people do. And so there's this whole little, like one of our songs, Lust Hunt Kill. That's been a big one.
Classic song.
Yeah, that's
a classic BFD song.
Yeah, it's classic. It's a classic, and damn near everybody who likes this kind of music likes that song, right?
Yep.
And we went out and recorded it in Cleveland, right? It was a part of the Chaos Saves, and that is a very big debate. I hear it all the time. They're like, the original version was better.
Yeah.
And so it sparks this little thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so. It's not like we're trying to fucking rehash it and for capitalistic purposes, but it does kind of, reignite conversation. And the songs are already written. So it's like a real good way to break the ice with the new members, and then you get used to fucking vibing with each other. And it's like, oh, this is what this band is. This is our take on the fucking sound of it. And then that also then translates into what we're going to do.
Right.
I think that's so cool because it also probably makes you, not necessarily you personally, but the proverbial you as the new guy, feel less like he's playing covers. Like, for any of these songs that you get to now track, you feel like you actually have your take on
I got my DNA on it for sure.
Even if it's not a full rewriting of even one section, even if you don't rewrite anything. Just the way you're playing it, it's probably going to sound different because I don't know
100%.
how you feel, but I believe in that old Eddie Van Halen shit that 90% of your tone comes from your fingertips. Yep. That's my bread and butter. I 100%. You agree with that?
100%.
So you officially will sound differently, and the song will be a little different by default. Just sheer with you being there on the record.
Yep,
that's fucking dope. That's got to be a cool feeling.
Yeah,
especially with somebody. And not to patronize Greg, he's been on the podcast a bunch. He knows I'll call him a piece of shit.
Well, that's I've earned that
because I'm not trying to pander. I'm not trying to pander. And everybody knows I don't do that shit. Yeah. I'm not an asshole in intent. I don't go out of my way. But if somebody's fucking. But here's my point. Black Flag is kind of legendary. They've done a lot of shit in this band or in this town or for this town that fucking probably. Countless amounts of people wish they could have achieved at their brightest shining moment.
Yeah.
That is the dream for a lot of people.
Right.
That's got to be pretty cool to at least have the ability to go in and retrack in a situation like that. Because that's not something most bands would even consider.
Right. No, 100%. No, like I said, I just threw it out there and they were down to do it and we were tight enough to do it. And no, it was, I'm really, really excited. Still got the honeymoon phase going on, I guess, but there's some good things cooking, and it's going so fast. I think first jam with those guys was in February.
Yeah. Well, it's important too. Because it's been a long time since, I've been the last original guy in this band since I want to say, 2005.
At this time, it's your band,
right?
And at this point, it's
totally. And it's so that's kind of the way that is. And what you learn over time in a situation like that is you gotta give with their drummer, right? It's okay, you do your now. He has the most room to do it because he has the most fucking shit that he hits, right? But you gotta give everyone their opportunity to put their little flavor on the songs, right? And the best songs that have come out of this project have been, honestly, well, I shouldn't say the best, but a batch of great songs have come out where I'll thump around on the bass or the guitar and then have a concrete vocal line and then feed them to the instrument players. Right. And then you guys flesh that out from this rudimentary idea. But really, it could come from just giving you guys vocal parts. Yeah. It's fleshed out and then you do what you do. Right. And so it kind of, you extrapolate that out into songs that are already there. And it's okay, that's how the vibe is going to stay fresh. And I really believe I thought that a while ago. And I think in practice that actually plays itself out. It's not like we're fucking playing for 500, 600, 700 people. But that being said, for a number of years, we can headline the Caboose, right? And they're happy about it, right? And that's been going on for multiple years, damn near a fucking decade at this stage. And so that's one of the things I'm most proud of is I think that it's because of that mindset.
Right.
When people come in, you let them make it their own. And then also too, it's like I can't fucking be an overlord anymore. That was the case up through like 2010 maybe.
Like,
because I was raking in a bunch of money.
What do you mean by overlord, though? Do you mean like maniacal tyrant, or do you just mean simply mean like governor? Like everything came down to me, and it was all about me because there was a revolving door of people around me. Like there's multiple ways overlord could come across. I just want to make sure I'm keeping up with like
a benevolent dictator. Right, like I'm out. Like okay, here's would be an example.
So not maniacal tyrant.
Well, maybe it's at sometimes. Maybe maybe every now and then. Just to keep things interesting. But like when there would be
to the best of us.
Yes, when there would be a financer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, we had a who dumped in a significant amount of money, and so that money would come through me. Right, but I would then, our drummer at the time, we'll call him the treasurer, right? And then I made sure that the money that came in got my guys all new gear and fucking whatever, everything, and like, so we were the only band on tour that had like fucking hotel room every night.
Yep.
And so that money, I wasn't like pocketing all this fucking money, right? But in the end, I would make the decisions on everything.
Right.
Right now, that ultimately got exhausting. Right, because I'll be honest with you, there were many times that I fucking took advantage of that. Not at their expense, but when push came to shove, like fucking whatever, that's good. But that over time, it's like, that's not the way to do it.
Right.
You want everyone to feel invested in it.
Yep.
I mean, and that's that. And I think at a younger age, I got off on the fact of like, yeah, fuck you, thought I can do this, fuck you. And then exploited that, which isn't a healthy way to live.
Right.
Because you're basically just getting back at your resentments. And it's, I don't know, revenge is not something that's fucking real
spite's
cool.
not constructive.
Right. It's to enact.
It's not constructive.
And you get that feeling. People get that feeling, and I'm like, fuck this person. But really, in the end, nobody wins.
No.
Right.
And we're doing that. And so what's great about it is I feel super fortunate to be playing with you and to be like, we got a great group of dudes right now, and I think
I'm just kidding.
one of the unique
I'm totally kidding.
What I like about how the
I
evolution
had to do that. I fucking had to though.
Well, right, I mean we're all nuts.
I had to, dude. I didn't have
the evolution
to.
of this project is it's not it started out new metal, and for a long time it was considered new metal. But the direction that it's going, even with some of the newer stuff, and you'll hear it when we're done, but it's definitely, I hear more of a thrashish fucking sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you brought it up at one of the practices, Overkill Testament, probably like the Ritual, I Hear Black era, kind of still thrashy, but still groovy, that mix that I think the mid-90s, late 90s thrash kind of had. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah, and then you throw in the groove of like Rage Against the Machine or the Deftones.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the angle that we're going at.
Right.
If you were to cross like a fucking Overkill Testament with Deftones.
Yeah.
Is you know what I mean? Which is
what?
Yeah, no, totally.
No, I don't know what you mean.
No, exactly.
I don't know what you mean.
It'll be good.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's a different take on some of this old. You'll hear it.
To be fair, fuck, that's not even my own bit. I shouldn't do that on the podcast. I'm just such a big fan of that show. That was a fucking cringe moment. I really shouldn't, but I am a big fan of that show. Anyway, especially while I'm wearing the hat, it's super cringe. I also had an equally preposterous description of what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to do Coheed and Cambria meets Misery Signals. And everyone was like, what?
Yeah.
But once I did it, people were like, I actually know exactly what you're I can hear exactly why you described it that way. Because I already knew how my riffs were being put together and what my sound was. And like, I didn't get the vocalist at the register I was aiming for, but I think I got a way better vocalist than I ever could have imagined. So,
well, that's fucking high up there. That dude from Coheed and Cambria fucking can hit some high notes, can't he?
Yeah,
that's like, fucking
super high.
That's
up
like
there.
Mars Volta. That dude. It's like fuck. Yeah. How do you fucking hit those?
Well, and once Jeremy joined, it was like a whole new ball game. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? Like you have a vision in your head for what your sound is, for what your band's gonna be. But then you get somebody who's so good that even though they don't fit that mold, you still want to do it. So they join, and then it takes on a life of its own. Like whatever it is that you thought your band was going to sound like, or this song, we can even make it more micro, just one song. It's no longer that. And if it's done right, it's significantly better because of these new people that have joined. And that's what I'm most stoked about finally moving forward with this project of mine. You guys got to be riding the same kind of cloud nine that I'm on right now. Like, I'm fucking jacked, dude. Like I said, when I came in here today, I had to fucking calm down, dude, because it's not even just about the music or the band. It's also about the trajectory of our lives. You're getting clean.
Yep.
I'm fucking getting shit done, fucking making money. Like, we feel good. We start to get jacked up, dude. That's a dope feeling.
It's someone a long time ago. Vim actually fucking said this to me. Must have been in 99. And it was before Head Charge had gotten their 98, 99, before they had gotten their fucking deal with Rick Rubin. And he goes, and it stuck with me forever. And I think that this lineup has a little taste of it, right? Is he goes, you know what's fucking cool about that band is they're all their own little comic book character.
Right.
And ever since he said that to me, I'm like, fucking A, you're right. And so you look at that, if you can make it work, right? Yeah. You look at the 5 people and it's like, it is kind of that way, you know what I mean? They got their own little, you got G and they got fucking Chewy or whatever, and they're, their rhythm section, and they got their own little thing going on, and then you and Don, come from the same spot but different a little bit, you know? I don't know, and it's just it's a nice mix, and it's something that can be, I don't want to say exploited, but to a degree a little bit, because people go to fucking shows to be entertained.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I've never really understood. I get it. Why people are like, well, if they take it so seriously, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's fucking entertainment.
Well, it's entertainment, but you don't, if you know what you're doing, I mean, how seriously do you have to take it? Just do your shit.
Well, right.
I mean, and we all get along so well. We all bullshit. We all just have a good time. So it just feels really natural.
Right. It's also one of the fun things about, like, people get really sensitive.
Yeah.
And so, and it's good because it means people are invested, in the music community. But it's also kind of fun to stick a quarter in them sometimes.
Right.
Just to fucking, it's like, dude, I don't really even mean some of the stuff that gets said.
Yeah.
But you stick a quarter in them just to fucking see how irate they get, and it's like, I don't know. I've always kind of looked at it like pro wrestling. A little bit,
promo.
Well, kind of a little bit.
Jacked, yeah.
And I mean, you got to have confidence in believing what you're doing, but it's kind of like a promo.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that the other people don't even realize that that's what you're doing.
Right.
They take it so seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, no, dude, none of this is real serious.
Right.
In order to get on stage, you have to kind of think you're good at what you're doing. Otherwise, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
But the whole over the top thing, it's like, no, I'm going to talk some shit because you're just pumping a quarter into the fucking machine, I mean, if we're being honest about things and real about things, there is we wouldn't have to talk 20 seconds for me to realize that I'm a piece of shit that fucking has made a lot of mistakes, but it's like pro wrestling.
Right.
I've always looked at it that way. But some people take it so seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking music. And, oh, my God, I can't believe what you said. And you're just a prick that thinks about it. It's like, no, well, sometimes maybe, but not really.
Right.
Yeah. But it kind of keeps things loose.
Right.
Sometimes maybe, but not really needs to be a t-shirt. No, literally. Right. Sometimes maybe, but not really needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
That's the next Black Flood t-shirt.
Well, yeah.
Like, you got your logo on the front, and on the back it just says, sometimes maybe, but not really.
I guess if we really dissect that statement, it kind of gives you a side door out of every conversation you have.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's an exit plan with that statement. So it's like, no, I didn't really say that.
I think it also could be in there with the quotes from Socrates and Plato.
Right.
For like ultimate true wisdom. Sometimes maybe, but not really.
No.
Yep.
Like you can really extrapolate that beyond like trying to get out of some shit.
Yep.
You can extrapolate that in a lot. Like, is that the one?
That goes up there with, there's always the Red Door Clinic.
But not really.
At least there's the Red Door.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Right.
Maybe.
Yep. Not really, though.
But not really.
Right. Yep.
That's great. You guys should definitely make that a t-shirt. Or
They're getting printed next week. I can put it on the back.
Yeah.
Or in the spirit of the fucking dumb shit I'm doing now. I shouldn't say dumb shit. The fun shit I'm doing now. You should make it into an NFT.
So when we got in here, you were super fired up, right?
Yeah.
So can we talk about that? Let's talk about the fact that there's a possibility, right?
No, we're not doing that.
We're not talking about that?
No.
Okay.
We're not doing it.
You seem so excited.
Yeah, and I trust you guys.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, because by the time you run your mouths, which I have no problem with you doing,
Right, sure.
it won't matter. But we're not doing that shit live on the internet. No.
Yep. That's fair.
You know what I
But
mean?
there
By the time you tell people and they're like, "Oh, I bet he's full of shit," it won't matter.
Right. So, but how about this?
Like,
Can we tease
it
it as
already have happened?
Can we tease it as you might be doing something super cool?
Oh, I'm doing something super dope. So I'll just say what I can say.
Yeah.
I'm working the fucking weird cryptocurrency NFT convention.
So what is that exactly? Can you explain?
It's called
what
VCon.
Okay. What does it entail? Like, what's the point?
Cryptocurrency and NFTs.
Okay.
And they have some dope ass speakers showing up, like Snoop Dogg and fucking Dana White
and Don.
Don Tinsley.
He's the keynote speaker.
Dude, honestly, as you ask me, I'm like drawing a blank. Steve Aoki, Beeple, Eva Longoria. I'm just trying to remember as many people as I can, and I'm honestly drawing a blank now that you're actually putting me on the spot. I listed way more than this earlier, and you can just go to the website. This isn't like secret information or anything. It's like vcon.co or some shit. VEEcon.co. Gary V. Oh, that was the other name I forgot to mention. It's his convention. That's hilarious.
Hence VCon?
The
Who is
guy
Gary
I
V?
forgot to mention is the one who's actually responsible for the whole.
What does he do?
So Gary V is like sort of the face of any NFTs right now, just because he's so vocal and he has a great social presence. He's like, I don't even know how to explain Gary V. And I fucking knew this was going to come up, and I was like, I should definitely pull up a Gary V clip because this is going to come up.
So he's obviously loaded. If he's having a convention with these people there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all speaking at his convention.
Right.
Yeah.
That he named after himself. So he's got to be doing okay, right?
Oh, he's doing better than okay.
Right.
So how you got a ticket to this thing is you had to buy the NFT. Or vice versa.
Well, that's genius, isn't it?
But if you had already bought the NFT, you automatically got a ticket to this convention.
How much are the NFTs?
It started at $500, and since it's like a stock because it's art, in one way, shape, or form, it has an intrinsic value, so it can immediately be traded and sold.
Sure,
right, and that's also tracked because it's all on the blockchain and it's encrypted, and there's no bullshit going on here. It's very, very transparent.
I don't understand that shit. I
barely. So hold on, let me just finish answering the first question.
Okay.
Then I'll say. So it went up to like fucking $2,000, then back down to 500, and now I think it's like 25 or $3,000 or something. And they sold thousands of these things. I did the math at the beginning. They had already made $50 million.
What?
I'm not fucking around.
But how does that? Why?
Because people bought the NFT.
I know, but what's the value of it?
So it's digital art. It's like this.
I don't get it. Some of that shit looks like shit.
It's a digitally encrypted version of something that you know is truly authentic. So, for example, you used to have to, if you bought a Mona Lisa or a fucking any painting, name a painting, I don't give a fuck, whatever.
Yep.
You used to have to hire an incredibly talented art appraiser to verify its authenticity and all of that. And then the value was completely arbitrary with no market to gauge it by whatsoever. So you could get a print, which is a literal copy, or you could get a fake, right? Well, once you realize you have a copy or a fake and it's not the actual piece of art, it has zero value, right?
Yep.
So you could actually make a song right now. BFD, you haven't released this music yet. You could take each song from this entire album or the entire album as a collective, and you have an infinite number of options on what you can do with this NFT, depending on how you decide to mint it. So, for example, this is just one. You could take each song and mint them as their own individual NFTs, and you only make one.
Okay, so you only make one.
Now that means if I'm a millionaire and I'm a bad motherfucker with a fucking big ass hard on for fucking BFD, and I go, oh, dude,
you could be the only
I'm
one that
gonna
owns
own
it.
that motherfucker. And when I buy that NFT, you, the minter, the person who made it, you guys have the ability to decide how that money is divvied up. You could sell it for $100 million. You could sell it for $1. It doesn't fucking matter. But that person now owns a genuine, authentic copy of that song. And it's encrypted and traceable on the blockchain. You don't need BMI. You don't need ASCAP. You don't need anybody to police it or collect your money for you. It's built into the mint. There is no fucking fraud. There is no corruption. If that person, so let's say in the mint, you say, by paying, maybe it's $50. Yeah. Maybe it's one song for $50. I know this sounds insane, but hear me out. Maybe it's $50. And then I take that because I work for whoever. And I go, this is the perfect song to go into our fucking video game. This is the theme song for our video game or our movie or whatever. Right in the NFT, in the blockchain, however you made it up, maybe you say, you can sell this and use it in any way, shape, or form, and you can keep 80% of the profit. But we get 20.
Can I play it?
You can do whatever the fuck you want with it because you own that motherfucker.
No, but as the musician, can I still play it?
That's what I got to find more out about. Is like, how do we handle that on the back end?
I don't like that.
This
all sounds really fucked up to me. I don't get it, dude. No. Like, I feel like this is some weird ass fucking.
It sounds like rich people's fucking weird game to me.
Well, yeah, it sounds like Back to the Future 2, where they go in and get the Gray Sports Almanac. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like some fucked up shit, dude, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's too crazy.
I don't like it one bit.
So that's too crazy far, right?
Sit on the porch with some Jack and fucking.
Well, I know. Megadeth was the first band that did an NFT, right? Because
maybe I don't know.
They were.
I don't fucking know.
David Stane is actually the first band that had an internet website. He's actually smarter than a lot of people think. But anyway,
probably is. He's fucking super talented.
He just shot his voice out at this point.
Yeah, his
voice, it sounded good.
Dude, I seen him last year that came through? Dude. He sounded fucking great. It's the best he ever sounded. I've seen him a million times. It's the best he ever sounded live.
Really? He's just old. Like, that's his only weakness. He's old.
The way that I remember when NFT started, because I followed him a little bit because I thought it was fucking weird, was it was digital art that was encrypted, right?
Sure. So I'm just using music as one random.
And I get more of the digital art part of it. I just don't. So I understand how that works because it's encrypted.
That's why
I got the original
Mona Lisa thing,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Because you could make just one.
Yeah,
or you could sell 1,000.
I couldn't see how it would work with music,
but that was like good art,
right?
Like Da Vinci was very good at everything that he did. Some of this shit that's selling for a lot of money that are NFTs sucks. It looks like shit.
Yeah,
right. But it's a usable thing that you can do anything you want with. Right. So you now that's the point, is you're eliminating a publishing company, you're eliminating a record label, you're direct from creator to fan crowdsourcing. So again, let's say it costs let's pretend it still costs $10,000 to record an album. We know it fucking doesn't anymore, but let's pretend it does, right? Well, if you say, and you have 1,000 real fans, you go, we're going to sell all of our 1,000 real fans our entire album in advance for $10 as an NFT. And if you're one of these people that basically help us crowdfund this, not only do you get an advance copy and a signed copy and a t-shirt and all that other bullshit that a fucking normal GoFundMe will get you, but you actually own this. And you can build it in any way you want. That, for example, in this case, you take 97% of the profit, and they only get 3%. So if he owns a movie or you see what I'm saying?
I see how it could motivate somebody because they could make money off your music, and you could benefit from that because they'd be pushing it for you.
There's zero ability for anybody to fuck you over because it's literally encrypted and it's on the blockchain. So the point is there's an infinite. This is why none of us can wrap our heads around it, because it's nothing like, there is no boundaries. Like, this is literally just left up to your imagination and your creativity and your ability to understand, we could make an NFT out of that.
Right.
That's the problem, is the only people who are really grasping this are literally children because they don't have the limits that we have.
Sure.
Like, it's real, dude. Because
I don't know. This is why our shit's not up on Spotify. This right here is because I grew up in a time where you know what I mean? Back in the day.
I hope I didn't just chase everybody.
No, back in the day, when we were young.
Yeah. Right?
You had sleeve jackets.
Oh, God.
You had CD jackets and you had
NFTs
lyrics and shit.
You used to write the song titles from the 4-track recorder and pass them out to your buddies on
check this out.
Look, part of how we grew up is getting fucked over by people.
Yes. So let's bring it back full circle, right? So let's bring it back full circle. So check this out.
Yep.
Okay. I have this weird breast cancer awareness Post-it notepad sitting here. And just one day while I was on the phone, I spilled coffee on it and then started tracing it, right? It's this weird fucking stupid looking thing, right? Okay.
I think it's beautiful.
Now, here's the point.
Yes.
If I really wanted to, the next time I ever do a live show, whether it's a live podcast or a live concert with a band, whatever, right? I could actually require, just like these fucks are doing, if you want to come to this show, you have to buy this NFT. And all I do is take a picture of it and sell it as a digital copy.
Right.
And with this NFT comes a ticket to our show. Well, now I've built some weird, authentic value in this. This becomes almost like a ticket stub. Yeah, it looks like shit. Are you going to sit here and tell me that my ticket stub from whatever actually looks cool? No, it's the memory that's attached to that. It's I can look at that ticket stub and know what it fucking means.
Yeah.
I went to that concert. That's why they're on my mirror upstairs. That's why I have an entire mirror filled with fucking concert stubs. You can do this now. And now you have brandable art and merch and peripherals sitting out there. It's infinite. That's why we can't wrap our heads around it, because there's no fucking limits on it. And you can have it to where you own 100% of this because you bought the ticket to the show.
Right.
You own this though. So if you somehow turn this into art and resell it, good on you. Thank you for coming to our show. Or you could say it to where we get 80% of whatever you make off this piece of art that you somehow managed to resell.
Yeah.
You know, so somebody goes, oh, I have a ticket stub. I'm going to sell it for $1,000 on eBay because these guys are famous now.
Yeah.
Well, we get 800, bitch.
Right.
Because it's encrypted. You can't sell that NFT and fuck me over.
Yeah.
Or they keep 99 and you get one.
Right.
You sold it for $1,000? Okay. Give me my $100.
I don't.
Yep.
Or my $10, sorry. $10.
See, here's the problem.
You can literally do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, it makes sense. But the market, where's the market for it for the everyday?
I don't know. I mean,
that's the problem is marketing. So right now it's taken off with all these probably fucking rich fucking people have more than expendable income that just falls out of their ass when they wake up in the morning. But for daily fucking Joes,
well, right.
That's where people like Greg and I and you would,
so here's a great
count
example.
on the revenue for it.
Here's
right?
a great example. Here's how we actually apply this right now. You guys aren't big time anymore. You used to be, right?
I mean, I wouldn't even say that.
Black Flood used to be big time, baby.
It was,
hear me out.
It was what it was, and now it is what it is, I guess.
I've never been big time.
I was pretty big time with them back in February. That's all I can say.
I've never been big time.
Bar already.
Yeah.
I've never been big time.
Right, exactly.
I've never been big time. Hear me out. I've never been big time.
Okay.
You guys NFT your album. Okay.
Yep.
I buy said NFT. Okay.
Okay.
You have a fucking 80-20 rule built in. So you get 80% of profits on this NFT, I get 20% because now I own a copy.
Okay.
I can immediately start playing that music on my podcast. Essentially turn YouTube into a radio station. And because it's an NFT that I'm playing and it's encrypted, that can be digitally tracked through everything. If my podcast blows up and you guys get a shit ton of fucking plays from that, you automatically make that money.
Yeah. No, I get how it works.
It's totally
100%.
applicable right now.
Yeah.
Because now I don't even have to fight with YouTube over who owns rights. Right. It doesn't matter. It's an NFT. It's in the encryption.
Yeah, exactly.
The encryption decides who owns it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I feel like I'm on acid thinking about all this. I mean, seriously.
It
it's
makes
awesome,
sense.
dude.
It makes
I'm fired
sense.
up, dude. I'm fired up, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it does make sense. I guess let's go back to the whole, well, you're not getting fucked over by anybody.
Right.
Here's the issue I have with that is I can't create the music that I do unless somebody's trying to fuck me over. Right?
Well, there you go.
Like, so here's the thing. That's going to be a problem right there. Okay, that's a non-starter there.
Right.
I need people to try to do bad things to me.
So
Right.
Jerson is bringing something up, and now I can answer your question because based on his answer, I actually did ask this question and it had
Okay.
So once you sell that NFT,
Yep.
you do not lose rights to your music.
Okay.
You lose rights, or you give up a percentage of rights to that
So
copy
basically,
of that music.
Yeah, because what happens is basically that person that buys it has the option to become a distributor, right? So if they decide to distribute your music and try to make a buck off of it, then you automatically have to get paid on it too. I get how it works.
Full erection.
100%
You
get
got
how it works.
buddy. Yep.
So I just don't see it working in my lifetime.
So I mean, is that what we should do here?
No, absolutely not.
Right.
That's exactly what you guys should do.
Not for
It's
music.
like the immediate future is there's a show at Club Underground. Tickets are purely sold through NFT.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're $3, $5, whatever, because there's that's almost an irrelevant point.
That's
immediately where it starts, right?
It just seems
And
like
with
get
that-
out your pocket protector and your
and with
fucking
that-
glasses, and that's not,
And with that,
you know.
if you get a graphic designer, right? So here, oh my God, now, see, I'm figuring it out as so. You get a great graphic designer, right? Remember when we used to make dope flyers where they were kind of like a piece of art, like it was cool to look at. I was like, man, whoever makes these flyers,
I mean, is that graphic designer going to do it for free, or can I
No.
like make up some like
No.
squiggly
Pay 'em.
thing and then give him that?
Right.
you could try, you could do whatever you
I don't
want.
know. I mean, if this is the way things are going, then my stick figures can pay this great graphic designer, right?
If there's value,
I give
to
up
it,
all
right?
rights to it on the blockchain.
So here's what I'm
right?
thinking.
Is that,
So here's what I'm thinking.
where's
you
this
fucks.
guy that I can talk
God
to?
damn it, you
I
fuck.
want to fucking
So
talk to
here's what I'm
this
thinking.
guy.
You find a dope graphic designer. You pay him $20. You pay him $100. He designs you a truly dope flyer, not just a bunch of words on the thing. No offense, but I had John Weideman on the podcast.
Okay.
I know who booked that show. That's the John Weideman show, because I guarantee you John Weideman made that flyer. I know that fucking flyer, and I gave him shit about it. I said, that's a shitty flyer. You need to stop doing this, and you need to hire. I had a whole podcast with him about this. I was giving him shit about this. Any of these shows, like that's a prototype John Weideman flyer.
Okay.
It's not a good flyer.
Okay.
If you turned that flyer into a piece of art, like what we were seeing in the music scene when you were at your peak and I was like really coming up, and we actually started to like make moves in the scene, and we were doing dope shit. You were doing fucking shit with UFC and fucking, we have podcasts on this.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to them. Here's my point. Go back to like that kind of care that went into flyers. Remember when we handed them out
Yeah.
and they were like fucking, some guys were smart and they did full color and it was like dope. That's your fucking piece of art. So when you buy a ticket, you're buying that flyer as an NFT. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
Now you have a piece, that something you own, right, in a digital form.
Yeah.
And you got a ticket as access.
I get
to
it, but
something.
I mean, honestly,
Now, but the point is that stupid flyer
So like you're
now has real value that shouldn't just be thrown out.
Being big time came from doing 8 balls of cocaine at 4 in the morning. I mean, that's really where
right, I'm done.
that's
I'm
where
done
that
preaching
came
about
from. You know what I mean? It wasn't
You
from.
get it. You
like,
get it.
I've
Hopefully
got this
everybody
great
else
idea.
I
You know,
get it. You're all the way on one side. He's all the way on the other.
it sounded like a great idea at 4 in the morning with an 8 ball of cocaine on ecstasy. Okay, it's amazing what you can get people to do
I love
in
it,
that
dude.
frame of mind. Like that's.
yeah.
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair, my guy.
Maybe that's how they came up with the NFT idea. I don't know. I don't know. God bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless. I'm not
We're
knocking
dinosaurs.
it. I just exactly.
We're fucking dinosaurs, man.
You know, and
Again,
I wish I wish that I could roll that way, but I can't because I would die.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, when is going to be? It might be time to start playing music like John Mayer.
I bet he's got an NFT.
Well, right, no, John Mayer.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I think there is a huge place for local small artists to do this and really do it in a cool, authentic way that will build actual value. I think honestly we're either too old or our imaginations are too restricted to understand how to apply this right now. For me, I feel like I'm uneducated. I'm learning about something. I understand exactly what it is, kind of like you do.
Yeah.
It's how do we apply it now? I feel like I'm coming up with a couple more ideas a little quicker, but I feel like once this weekend's over and I keep talking to some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, see if there's a market for, like, I'm fine with just getting paid like $80,000 a year or whatever just to do whatever.
You could, and that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? I'm not even asking for that much, but I mean, just to kind of keep. I mean, you could make fucking millions at all. I don't give a fuck. $80,000 a year for the rest of my life to not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys go ahead and fucking run with it.
Yep.
I'm not even asking for 6 figures. You know, I don't know. Maybe have a residence and, we could have a Florida P.O. box so there's no state income tax.
There you go.
Or something.
Doesn't work that way, but yeah. you got to spend it.
Fuck you, Rob.
You got to spend more than 6 months a year there.
Right, well,
I want all my stuff sent to Puerto Rico.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 181 days, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how long you got to live there?
Yep. You gotta be able to prove your residence that you spent that many days on there.
Really?
In order to claim tax residency, it's 181
But
days.
if you own a company in Minnesota, it doesn't matter.
So what if you own a company in Florida?
Well, yeah, then there's no state tax for employment tax. You still got to pay your corporate tax. So.
What if you own a company in Florida, but you live in Minnesota the whole year?
You pay your income tax where you do the jobs.
Correct.
Okay.
So,
what if you do half of your jobs in Minnesota and half of them in Florida?
Then you split per job. You pay per income tax.
Okay.
It's called the jock tax. This has been solved. So literally, I remember getting into vehement arguments with people.
Yeah.
You're a huge sports fan.
Yes.
This would be a great analogy.
Okay.
'Cause you'll totally understand it.
Okay.
And I know this is a stupid way to do this, but there's 17 regular season games.
Yep.
Plus 3 preseason games.
Yep.
So that's 20 games.
Mm-hmm.
If a contract is said to be $20 million for 1 year, in dumb version, if I oversimplify this, you literally would get 20 game checks. So each week you would get $1 million.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And you don't get paid in the off season. Well,
there might be bonus, there might be weird shit that happens in the offseason, and I'm way oversimplifying this, but the point is those game checks, your performance checks, which are the bulk of your money. That's why guys don't want to be injured, because they don't get paid if they don't play. A lot of them don't. That's why Kirk Cousins' fully guaranteed contract is preposterous.
Right.
If he breaks his fucking neck and never plays a game, we still have to pay him for 3 or 4 years.
I think that motherfucker is the highest paid athlete in the NFL in like the last 20 years.
No, it's still Tom Brady. But
Kirk Cousins has made so much fucking money.
More. It's way more. Trust me. Tom Brady's insane.
Okay, how about this? Kirk Cousins is...
And I'm not even just on contract. Tom Brady is like, he smokes everybody.
He has played the game fucking right.
But
Kirk Cousins.
But each one of those game checks is paid in... and taxes are paid on in the state where the game is played.
Oh, okay. So if the Vikings play in Florida, then he's not tax state tax for that.
Income taxes
I got
that game. That's why guys love to be in those states, because 8 of their or 9 of their football games per year, they don't pay state income tax on.
That makes total sense.
That's also why small market teams that can barely afford any of this shit definitely want to have a pro team, because when the New York Yankees and their $200 million payroll come through to play the Oakland A's, who have a $70 million payroll, all of those players have to pay their state income taxes in California, which is insane.
Okay.
So, like,
I didn't know it now. I did not know that.
And it's literally called the jock tax, dude.
Wow, I did not know that.
If anybody doesn't believe me, just Google the jock tax. It's a legit thing. And it actually started as a competitive thing between 2 governors of 2 opposing sports teams in a championship something. Basketball or baseball or something, and they were like, fuck those guys, we're gonna tax them. Those game checks are now taxed. And so as soon as that happened, it was like a fucking house of cards fell, and every state fell into line. They
By
were
that
like,
rationale, I would think that you'd want to play down south, because it's more conservative and there's less state tax.
Right.
So that's another reason why it's difficult for Minnesota to draw fucking free agents, because not only is it cold, but they tax the fuck out of you up here.
They really do. Our state income taxes and sales taxes are extremely.
It's in the top. It's in the top 5, I think, in the country.
Third.
Yeah, it's in the nation.
Yeah,
we have very similar cost of living to New York now, other than housing.
I tell you what, I've got back taxes that I got to file. Luckily, I've never made that much money, but I will say this: the state of Minnesota pursues much harder than the fucking federal government does. Like
they're more efficient. Oh, dude,
and it does not take long. It's like you're fucking paying. And now with COVID and all this shit,
you're saying child support?
No, taxes. Just taxes.
I was gonna say any of that shit, like child support, fucking taxes. Minnesota is extremely efficient.
They're on point.
Yeah, we don't fuck around. I collected child support. And the South, good luck collecting. In the North, Yeah, we got your ass.
Yeah.
like it was bad, dude. It was really bad because I collected that shit nationally. And in the North, you were fucking. It was literally the Mason-Dixon line.
Now, what's going to be interesting about that is
that's fucked up
with the taxes or whatever, and with people owing money to the state. Now, this is about the extent of the politics I'm going to talk about, right? Because I could go for fucking hours on this shit, dude. I could go for hours. I could go for hours on fucking politics. I'm trying for my own sanity not to. But what will be interesting to see?
What about racism?
Well, everybody knows that I'm a racist now. That's been spread around town by other people. You know, I'm a racist. Greg Moog is a racist, and that's just that, which is a fucking just joke.
Clip that.
It's a fucking complete joke, and whatever, you know. Whatever. People around here.
I'm fucking around.
No,
guys.
I know, but I'm not. I mean, it's super fucking woke, and I'm a racist because fucking I'm a Republican.
It's a wave, man. You know? It's just like you would have been a Satanist in the 80s.
I didn't vote for. I'm just going to make one thing clear.
And you're an evil biker in the early 90s when the Hells Angels were.
What I don't understand about this is I tell people I'm a Republican, and they're like, "Oh, you fucking Trump." I did not vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Joe Biden because Donald Trump is an evil fucking man. I believe this, okay? But still, I'm a racist. I'm like, I voted for Joe Biden, and I'm telling you this. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're still rooted in racist ideology. I'm like, no, I am not, right? I like helping people.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Here's what I say. You shouldn't exploit and ask for things for free just because you are something that you had no control over, okay? I'm a white person. I shouldn't get things.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get things if you're a black person. You shouldn't get things if you're a native. I shouldn't get things just because I'm white and European. It goes across the board. Yeah. That doesn't make me a fucking racist.
Right.
I just don't think you should get something without fucking doing something for it.
It makes you a racist and it makes you a bigot.
But I'm a racist piece of shit, and you didn't have a problem with the iron crosses on our logo 20 years ago, okay? But now you want me to change the iron cross. It ain't ever happening. That's the hell I'm dying on.
It's because those people got woke, Greg. No, it's because those people were asleep back then, and now they're woke.
No, and on our Facebook page, people are like, well, you'd have a bigger audience for fucking your... I go, no, I wouldn't. You'd just be taking my shit for free. And I'd be twice as pissed because now you didn't have a problem with the cross 15 years ago, and you were buying my music because you couldn't take it for free.
So we were joking and having fun about this before the podcast. So that's at the root of this. So finally I understand what the fuck you're talking about. So you're getting shit about having the iron cross.
Well, yeah, and they're like, well, you should make it accessible. Now that's why it's not on Spotify. Honestly, no. You're not going to take it for free, and I'm not going to fucking change the iron cross logo.
I have the solve. I can fix all of this. This is why everybody needs to hire me as their marketer or immediately subscribe to this podcast. Here's how you fix this problem.
Is it the NFT?
The tips of the iron cross, you turn in to the tips of penises. Boom. Now it's a clover leaf. You're out of the woods.
I suppose it would fucking, I don't know what it would do. It would do something.
Now it's a pro-gay rights clover leaf.
You see where I'm saying here?
You're
all of a sudden
I'm
a racist. I'm like, dude, I just thought the thing looked cool, you know? Right. But now all of a sudden I'm a racist that you're bitching that you don't get my music for free. Well, before you didn't have a problem with the Iron Cross and you bought the CDs and the tapes. And I was making, I could do
That's
things.
Your answer.
Your answer I'm a racist that should be giving away my products.
And this is your actual answer.
Fuck them.
No, your actual answer is this. I already got paid. Like, that's the answer.
Well, maybe
Go ahead and burn my albums. It only makes the ones that exist more valuable. Right. Like, I've already been there. I've already done that, dude. Like, you really have accomplished some shit in this band, dude. Like, the last thing you need to be fucking listening to is people on the internet talking about, and they probably didn't buy the albums. That's the thing. Is the people who
now
are
I just want to dress us all up like fucking stormtroopers and get up on, just to fucking stick a corner in people. And I don't believe that whatsoever. But I just want to do things just to aggravate people and piss them off.
And you should definitely.
I think we just got fucking canceled.
Yeah, well, right.
You can't cancel
it's
Greg.
So stupid.
You can't cancel Greg.
No.
Because Greg has canceled Greg 47 times in his career.
Now it's part of the charm.
That's like me. I'm trying to be more like Greg. I cancel myself every third podcast. So that way someday somebody's going to be like, oh, let me bring this up. And I'm going to be like, I already brought that up. I already admitted all of that shit.
You can't be offended by somebody who doesn't take anything they do seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't take anything you do seriously, then if you're offended by that, then you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. No, I totally agree. However,
jeez.
For the record.
All right, now I'm all fired out. Now, see, that's why I said, well, I'm not going to talk about this, but look what happened.
For the record, I've always been woke.
Yeah.
Because I've always given shit to people who use the Iron Cross or any of that stupid fucking imagery. I've always fucking fucked with my friends. I fucked with you about it.
Yeah.
I remember, but way before it was fucking real, I literally used to call you guys and Death Row Martyr and all those bands, I used to call you guys all Nazis and Satanists to your faces because I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
Because I would thought it was fucking funny. Because I'm a Jew. So I'm super sensitive to all that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. Like, I know it when it's real and I know it when it's entertainment. Slayer is not actually a group of Satan worshippers.
Right.
Like,
Didn't he come out and say that he's Christian?
One of them's
I think
he's a devout Catholic.
He's Catholic.
I think he's a
and that they're all
devout Catholic.
stories and and you know what? There's fucking totally. The Bible's crazy with some of the shit that's in there.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my point.
Yeah.
Right. So again, the people who are actually talking shit, Greg, the people who are actually doing this to you.
Yeah.
First of all, number one, those aren't the people you want at your shows. Fuck them.
Well,
number
right.
two, they're probably not people who've ever actually supported your band. They're literally trolls who are trying to stir shit up. Number three, I almost guarantee you they're all below the age of 18.
Well, let's just say
They're
this
children.
too, hypothetically speaking, right? Okay, let's just say we acquiesce. Oh, you know what? We're going to be more inclusive. I'm going to guarantee this. It's going to take approximately 30 minutes to piss them off with something else that naturally I'm going to do. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, they're children.
Fuck.
We're all being trolled by kids. That's what I really think. Because it's online, dude. I guarantee you, nobody said any of this shit to your face. Has anybody ever said this to your face? It's all online.
I mean, maybe, but I don't
It's all
remember
online,
it from
right.
being drunk or whatever.
Tell me I'm wrong. It's all online.
It's all online, yeah. No, nobody, God forbid, nobody will say anything to your face.
Do you even recognize any of the screen names?
Well, some of them are. Here's the deal.
Really? Here we go.
Here's the deal.
Here we go.
Some of them are people that. They're relatives of people who used to play in this band. And I've guest listed some of them. The Iron Cross has always been used. And they never had a problem with it before when I'm backstaging it for X-Fest.
Yeah.
Okay? But now all of a sudden, I'm a fucking racist and you got to change the Iron Cross? Motherfucker, I saw your diapers changed.
That's insane.
Shit.
Jesus.
God damn. it's you know what I mean? So
Okay, so it's literally people who absolutely supported this band and that logo before they knew what it actually meant once.
There are people who have used the name and my project for their social status.
Oh, fuck
and then now all of a sudden,
those are the
I'm
worst.
a racist.
Dude,
Right.
here's the thing is those are the worst types of people. And when the zombie apocalypse officially happens, I hope they're the first to go. Like, fuck those guys. Because those are the people that'll get your crew killed.
Right.
Those are the people that'll sell you out for a fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no, they get captured. Somebody tortures them. Where's your fucking camp? Where's your food? And they fucking tell you. Because they actually think everybody might or he might live, you know? And like, fuck those people.
Then they try to turn the forum, like the page in the comments, into like political issue talks. And I'm like, oh, hell no. You're going to get the fuck out of here because
you should let them do that.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Did you go full Quenisha?
Hell no.
You should let them do that. And then is what you do is John Wheeler taught me this. You take the dumbest comment in there and you pin it to the top.
Yeah.
And everybody reacts to it. And you go viral. That's just more
Yeah.
attention for your band.
Right.
Here's the thing. I still believe there's no such thing as bad press.
No.
All press is good press. Even this woke mob cancel culture bullshit. I believe if Louis C.K. and he actually did kind of fuck up a little bit. It's a little weird what he did.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
It's a little weird what he did.
It was his own room.
What did he? What did he do?
I know, and he asked permission.
Yeah.
So
what did he do?
He had some hot chick in his hotel room. He was in a bathrobe, and it was his room. And he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I jerk off?"
And she said, "Yeah."
And he jerked
She
off.
said, "Yeah, she mind," or she said, "No,
go
problem."
For it. Yeah, go for it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. But then she Me Too'd him.
Yeah.
And then what he said is
What?
Yeah.
So is what the official statement is.
Well, why is he apologizing for anything then?
Because there are situations in this world. So, for example, right? Like, let's say James Hetfield
Okay.
came up to me and he was like, "Listen, man, because I somehow struck gold and opened for his band, right? And
Okay.
that's the point.
Another guy with an
Somehow
iron cross
I
on his
opened
guitar.
for his band. Somehow I opened for his band.
Yep.
Right? And he comes backstage after the show, or I go backstage.
Okay.
Whatever. It doesn't matter how the circumstance arrives.
Yep.
I end up in James Hetfield's. And he goes, hey, can I jerk off in front of you?
Yeah.
Here's the point. If I say no at my level of my career,
Yep.
I would maybe actually consider, if I say no, I may never get an opportunity again, because it's James fucking Hetfield. So
Okay.
but also if I say yes, like maybe he'll let me stay on the tour, right? Like I don't know where this is about to go.
Well, right. Isn't that kind of like the whole
I feel
Harvey
pressure.
Weinstein thing?
I feel pressure based on his power and
like
my inferiority in a power structure,
like Harvey
to
Weinstein.
say no.
Right.
That's exactly
Well,
the point.
I
Only
think the
Harvey Weinstein is an
a
actual
little,
rapist.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the difference.
Okay. So let's stop short
But
of
exactly-
him raping them.
No,
but it
but
would be
that
the
is
same
still
type of
true.
mentality.
But that is still true.
Okay.
Because he did exactly that.
Sure.
But then also went way further.
So, okay, I see what you're saying. So the girl is like, I because of his social status, I felt inclined to say yes,
And so
even though I didn't want to.
And so the point is, she didn't actually even say it that way. He said shit like that in his apology.
Oh, really?
He said, I didn't appreciate the power of my position and the subtle authority I had. Blah, 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 blah.
But he was just asking if he could jerk off.
I know. That's why I say it's weird.
And she's
That's
like,
why I
yeah,
said it's
then,
weird.
I mean, isn't that how you fuck people?
I just said,
Can
that's why
I do
said,
this? Yeah, no, I think that sounds like a good idea. All right, let's fuck.
Listen, here's my
Right?
point. Here's my point to bring this up, dude. I'm not condemning him as a person. I'm not even condemning his actions. I'm saying it's fucking weird. Like, he's got a weird fucking kink. Like, he likes to jack off in front of random people. Like, not people he's close with, not people that he's definitely gonna fuck.
That
He
hurt
likes to-
anybody.
No, I agree. That's why I just said it's fucking weird, dude. Like, yeah, I'm kink
it's
shaming
weird.
him. I'm kink
Absolutely.
shaming him. I'm
Absolutely
kink
weird.
shaming
So
him.
what's he supposed to be like? Can
I
I
don't
jerk
give a
off
fuck.
in front of you? And she's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, you know what? On second thought, I'm just going to put this thing away.
I don't
And
give a
I
fuck.
think, you know what? You said yes, but that really means
I
that
don't
you
give a
don't
fuck.
want me to.
Here's my only point to bringing this up. He
Yeah.
canceled himself. If he would have went on tour and kept playing and just stomached through the protests and all that, he'd have fucking never gotten canceled. Instead, he decided to fucking wait out the storm.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now,
You just ignore it and you just keep going because these motherfuckers are nothing better than the virtuous pandering motherfuckers that are Bible thumping on the street telling you you're going to hell because you're not living life Christ's way. As somebody who believes in God and was raised as a Christian, I'm telling you, those motherfuckers are also going to hell. Ignore them.
right.
Like, they ain't any more righteous than any of you.
So
like,
what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, let me ask you guys this.
That's what the woke mob
what about the
is.
Chris Rock Will Smith thing?
Oh, that was so overblown,
Will
dude.
Smith is a cunt.
Right. Okay. Right. Yep.
And
I'm with you there.
I got a question for you. Here's my answer, which is a question.
Yep.
If Chris Rock was either A, Joe Rogan, or B, The Rock, would Will Smith have slapped him?
Well, I don't think anybody's slapping The Rock
Okay.
because.
What about Joe Rogan?
So, how's that answer the question, though?
The only reason Will
They're-
Smith did it is
Yes.
because he believed he had social status and stature to approach and humiliate an inferior man in public. If that was,
But he felt like he was humiliated, or at least his wife was in
except
public
he
as well.
laughed at that joke first, and then he
I
got
mean,
mad when
doesn't
he got
matter, right?
cucked.
He's a
He
comedian.
got-
So
he
I
slapped
can't
somebody.
talk about your
He-
wife, but I can fuck your wife.
He got slapped.
Where's that line?
right.
Big,
yeah.
big fucking deal.
So I can
why is it
fuck
so
your wife?
blown out a proportion?
Because it's
right.
in public on stage.
So
but it's
what?
a.
So I can walk up on stage and slap you while you're playing guitar.
Probably wouldn't work out well for you, but you could try.
See what I'm
But
getting at here, though?
here's the thing.
Right. So Chris Rock could
But is that
should've been wrong.
socially okay? Is that what we're suggesting
But
here?
Mike Tyson just beat the piss out of a guy that fucking was talking shit to him on an airplane. Nothing happens.
Because he
How's that
wasn't
better?
just talking shit. He was fucking with him
Exactly.
over and over and over again.
Same thing. It's just words.
People have breaking points.
It's just It's just words.
No, he invaded his personal space over and over again.
Isn't there there is a thing, right, to where if it's just some random person on the street, right, you can't go, it's, what is it? It's not defamation, but it's a libel, right?
Yeah.
You can't go out, like, if Chris Rock couldn't get up on stage about some random person, right, that's not an entertainer, and be like, oh, your bald ass head's gonna get you fucking G.I. Jane too, right?
Right.
Because he could get sued for that. But when you're an entertainer,
You can't, even on the street, you wouldn't get sued.
Right, but even on our level, okay? Yeah. Once you're an entertainer and you get up on stage and you fucking present yourself as a musician, you cannot, under any circumstances, you have no ground to stand on about someone saying something.
Stay up on the mic or pull it back.
Oh, I will.
Nobody. You can't go after them in any way because you're putting yourself as an entertainer, which is why the paparazzi can photo them.
Yeah.
At their houses, but they can't photo Joe Schmo.
Right.
Not that anybody would care what Joe Schmo's doing, but but you can't. They can't stop them because once you're an entertainer and classify yourself as such, you can be tabloidized.
Yeah. Actually, that's not 100% accurate. So I can photograph Joe Schmo.
So
I can absolutely do that if it's in public naturally and organically.
But you would have to get his permission.
No.
If you make money out of it.
If you make money off of it. Otherwise, you got to blur out his face, right? What I'm saying is that just from a pure insult perspective, okay? So Chris Rock's up there on stage, fucking basically insulting. That's how they took it, as an insult, right?
Right.
But Jada Pinkett Smith is an actress,
right?
Okay.
Yep.
And because when she entered into that field, regardless of how you feel about what he said, she surrendered her rights and he surrendered his rights to take it personally.
Well, 100%. Well,
you can't go up and slap a person when they because
I agree you shouldn't do that.
You've made yourself open for it, right?
It's a slap, though.
Well, right. Now it's a slap, right? Chris Rock took that pretty well,
right?
Dude, and here's what I want.
And that's what they do. All them MCs, they rip on all the celebrities in the crowd. I get it.
Yeah,
100%.
If you're a celebrity,
should Will Smith have done it? Absolutely not. Is he a douchebag? Yeah, but it's just a slap. I just think. I don't know.
Why would anybody?
Fucking overblown.
Right.
Way
I
overblown.
don't think it's overblown, and I'll tell you why. Because we've already seen a direct escalation towards a crazy person immediately tackling Dave Chappelle recently, and we've already seen one of our beloved heroes in the metal scene die on stage because of a crazy person. Like, no, that is a sacred place. When you're up on that stage,
right?
Nobody's allowed to come up there, and I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are, unless you're my friend,
right?
And we've talked about some shit, like you're gonna come up on stage and like we clue people in,
right?
No, you don't come up on stage,
right?
Yeah,
especially after I say something,
right?
Well, for 15 years, we've been having that problem with Don, and people just clawing up his legs. Just fucking, we can't stop them.
Do you guys remember?
I'm just saying.
Do you guys remember the guy who sang "Before I Got High" or "Then I Got High"?
Afro Man. Oh man, he just clocked that bitch.
He knocked the bitch out.
Ooh, have you seen that video?
No.
You do not, under any circumstances, go on stage.
That was
because
bad.
Here's the point. At what point, as you as a performer, at what point are you supposed to be in the middle of your performance?
Yeah.
Properly identify a threat, and where are you allowed to defend yourself? There's state laws that clearly define self-defense, right?
Minnesota's are horrible.
There's state laws that have conceal and carry, gunshot, all that shit, right? So there is dozens of situations where I can fucking start killing people from the stage because I feel attacked. So now you're going to have crazy people on stage.
Oh, you just showed me the Afro Man video.
Knock that bitch out.
I mean, look,
we should play it on the podcast. Hold on. I'm gonna play it for everybody. Stop.
You've never seen
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
No, that's the first time you saw that, right?
Yeah.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Holy fuck.
I'm gonna see if I can find it and play it. Hold on, Greg, slow down. I'm gonna see if I can find it and play it for everyone.
No,
we can't sit here and react to something no one's seen. You guys slow the fuck down.
No, I mean, that
was amazing.
You got to smoke a cigarette because of it. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Fire up that cigar, dude.
It's unbelievable.
All right, hold on.
I'm not laughing because I think
Greg, what did you search?
Just Afro Man slap.
Oh shit!
It's the first thing that came on. I mean, I'm not condoning this for the record whatsoever. But it's simply amazing.
No. This is my point. I am condoning this. This is what I'm saying is this is the world we've entered into.
Right.
If you come on stage, I reserve the right to fuck you up.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not just defend myself. Like, you have not only like invaded my space to where I'm defending myself. No, you've declared war. Because it is irrational.
Yeah.
It is an irrational proposition for you to expect me in mid-performance to properly identify that threat. So the moment you come up on that stage now, I'm fucking swinging, which is fucked up, which is not cool.
No, but it's fair.
And
That's fair.
No, it's not. I'll tell you why
it's
not
fair for you to
I'm gonna
hit the
contradict
person, though,
No,
right?
it's not. And I'm going to contradict myself real fucking quick. Because we're in the metal industry, and it is part of our culture. It is ingrained into our DNA where fans jump on stage at a ball and show and fucking stage dive.
Right.
Now we have a culture where I don't know if that guy's coming to kill me like Dimebag, slap me like Chris Rock, or tackle me with a knife shaped like a gun, or a gun shaped like a knife, one of the two. That is an irrational proposition for us to be in as performers, you guys.
I agree.
This is insanity what we're talking about right now.
No, it is.
So stop coming on stage.
Right.
Stop. We have to just end it now. This is fucked up. So again, 3 assholes have ruined it for us. First, it was the guy who killed Dimebag. Now, it was Will Smith who slapped Chris Rock, and now it's a dude who tackled Dave Chappelle. And these are the conversations we're suddenly having.
And this is why Afroman, we could make a case that he was ahead of his time, by not thinking about what he was doing. And here's the other piece of this video, too. On a side note, I never knew Afroman could kind of shred.
Oh, yeah.
But he does.
He's a bad motherfucker.
That dude fucking right at the beginning of the video, you could tell right away.
Oh, yeah, he's an amazing musician.
He's a bad motherfucker. Okay, hold on. They can't see this yet.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
My God.
They can't see that yet, so we're going to do this one more time.
My God.
Unreal. It's unreal.
Fucking somersaulted.
I mean, he winds...
You ever somersaulted somebody before?
He winds up and cranks that chick. Unbelievable.
I'm laughing. I shouldn't be.
No, I'm right there with you, but it's crazy. That's why we're laughing.
Yeah, and he doesn't even look. He just there's somebody there that shouldn't be.
For the record, it is that violence against females is not why we're laughing.
No.
But the absurdity, the sheer absurdity of it.
This band's done now, between the Stormtrooper thing and that's not what it's. Just pack it up.
Right. Pro wrestling.
Nah, I disagree. I think this is the greatest podcast we've done yet. I think this is going to blow your band up. We all have the chance to finally go viral. Yeah. All right, here we go. So I'm sharing the TV. Okay, so now
it's entertaining, at least,
Now they can see it, and maybe I don't think they're going to hear it. So they don't hear it. They don't hear it at all.
Okay.
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
Good grief.
That is we're going to do it again.
He was charged with simple assault.
It's
there
longer.
ain't nothing simple about this.
It keeps going. Here's another boom. And then he keeps playing. He's with his left hand. He fucking just keeps right on going. Back to his song. She got up like what happened?
She popped up.
Oh, now a dude walks up. He goes, "You want some of this?"
Posting $330 for that. That's it.
So this is the point. Is now this can't be a thing anymore.
Right.
Now this is a thing where she needs to be charged.
Yeah.
Because when a security guard doesn't do their job of defending you mid-set, you don't know what she's about to do. You don't know if she's about to stab you. You don't know if she's about to grab your dick. You don't know if she's about to break your guitar.
Right.
Like there's crimes she could be committing. This is not a good place that we're sitting in, but this is the reality we're living in. And I'm sorry, man, but nah.
That's no.
Now she needs to be charged.
So why? Let me ask this because I don't know the specifics of it.
Fucking you up if you come on stage.
Right.
I don't care how big you are. You can
why
be your size.
All of a sudden,
if you're your size and you come up on me, like, dude, you're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I got a lot of sharp weapons on stage. You're getting fucked up.
So, as far as I knew, right, and as far as I've been concerned, my entire period of exposure to him
until this shit calms down.
Dave Chappelle is like a national fucking treasure.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
So what happened where people have turned on him. I honestly don't know. I've heard bits and pieces.
Oh, he got woke. He's not woke.
But what were the specifics?
Watch his comedy specials. He talks about. He tells you everything in his comedy specials.
Yeah, and they're fucking hilarious. But why all of a sudden are people like turning against him?
Because he is not willing to conform or censor his own comedy for the sake of free thought. So he's willing to discuss topics that right now are controversial. And some people want him canceled for it.
But it's Dave. I don't know, man. That's just way over my head. You can't do that. It's Dave Chappelle.
And
he's like one of the funniest men on the planet.
And it's not going to happen.
No.
Netflix, I got so much respect for Netflix, dude. Netflix fucking said flat out, they told their employees, listen, we choose Chappelle over you.
Well, yeah.
If you're offended by Dave Chappelle, this is not the right place for you to
He is arguably... He's in the top 5 of that I've seen of funniest people alive.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
So give me your Mount Rushmore. Give me your Mount Rushmore comedy.
I'd say Dave Chappelle. I personally love Chris Rock.
You don't have to rank them. Just give me your Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Give me your Dave Chappelle. Give me your Mount Rushmore.
I'm going to say Bill Burr is up there. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bill Burr. We'll go with...
Is this current or all time?
This would be current, but then I'll throw in from back in the day, we'll say Richard Pryor and Mitch Hedberg. That would be a 5 that I would throw out there.
I don't think anybody could listen to that Mount Rushmore and tell you you're wrong.
I mean, I think it holds water. I mean, there's so many comedians
out there. There'll be a lot of people.
Oh, Carlson.
Right,
yeah,
but
yeah.
This
George
is my
Carlin,
point.
Yep.
That's what I was just going to say. I think some people will tell you you're wrong, and they'll switch up your choices. But if anybody sat here and said, Greg doesn't know what he's talking about, like, fuck off. Don't be an asshole.
I'd put.
I love Eddie Murphy in movies, but I think he was just a direct ripoff of Pryor.
Yeah,
that's why that's why I can't put Murphy up there. I'd probably switch Murphy out with Carlin. Everything else is pretty close, though.
Yeah, I would put George Carlin in for Bill Burr because Mitch Hedberg, there's nobody like him.
Right. No.
You know what I mean? And it's offbeat and it's fucking weird. But
so you're not picking the local angle?
No, and you know what? When I was just Wikipediaing shit the other day, and when I saw that he was from here, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no fucking way.
I've been trying to tell people on this podcast.
Yeah, no idea.
For 2 years now, none of us, except for me because I'm obsessed with this stupid bullshit, there is an insane, like, I joke about, the joke is half of LA is from Minneapolis.
Sure.
Like, dude, writers, directors, actors, musicians, comedians, fucking business people that run shit.
Yeah.
Top to bottom in peripheral versions, like fucking people you don't even know that are not even big names, but their names like David Ellefson from Megadeth.
Yeah.
It's from like Orono, Minnesota, or Moorhead,
Austin.
or fucking whatever. Yeah. Some podunk town right here in our own fucking backyard. Like, it's obnoxious. It's not just Prince and Dylan and Trampled by Turtles and Head Charge and ATB. It's not. No, like, there's thousands and thousands and thousands. Like, the list is insanely long, and where it goes is crazy. Like, there's people that are famous in other parts of the world that are from here, and then there's guys like Yanni.
No, Yanni's from here, isn't he?
Well, he's not really from here, but like, that's where he became Yanni, was here.
Really?
Like, he came here, studied at one of our schools.
God, he's got some great hair.
This is where he launched his career.
Or he used to, at least.
This is where he launched his career. That's my point.
Yanni.
Like, it's a fucking dope town. This is a great place.
Yanni live at the Acropolis, I remember, was a big record. It was a big, I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I've never listened to it.
Let me put it this way, man. I'm not necessarily a conservative.
Yep.
I love Minnesota. I just don't love the commies that are running this fucking place, dude.
Sure, right.
That's my big deal, dude. Because I really need to think... I really think we need to start just flat out admitting it. Like, we got fucking flat out communists disguised as Democrats.
Yes.
Fucking running shit. Like, they want flat out redistribution of wealth. They want you to die because you own a company. You're evil.
I missed the part in human development where being proud to label yourself as a socialist was a good thing. I mean, I missed that. You know what I mean? Right. In the United States of America,
I think there's like misinformation. It's not disinformation, so it's not evil.
Right.
I think there's people that take stats from places like Denmark and Sweden, and these
Right.
places that are extremely homogenous. It's almost exclusively one race.
Well, there's like 6 million people that live in Sweden.
yeah, they're
right.
small places.
you can
small
use it there.
populations.
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense there. Like
It's the
a
entire
pure-
country's manageable.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think it's that simple, man. That's just not realistic to apply to a situation like this,
No.
where what made us dope in the first place was the opposite of
Right.
that. Like, I don't think you come full circle from literally rebelling against any type of autocracy or socialism or communism. I don't think you start from there as a seed and then you get big and go towards that.
Right.
That seems like the opposite of common sense to me, man.
Well, I always got confused. Like, why is it now? I mean, being greedy is not a good thing, right? But why is it the rich guy's problem to that? Like, I'm broke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why should we take half of the rich guy's money because he's rich?
Yeah, there was a time.
Like, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
As far as I see, I mean, he's probably a lying fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. But as far as within the framework, he's not in jail.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do you take half of his fucking 100 million and give it to people
Yeah, and
who
it's a
are fucking
mentality.
doing dope? And I am one of those people that have done dope. So
Because it's a mentality. So there used to be this thing in America where if I seen somebody successful who owned companies or was a billionaire or whatever, I'd go, man, how do I get there? Right. And I still think that way. Man, what is he doing that I'm not doing? Let me go talk to that person and try to learn from them, even if it's just 5 minutes. Hey, man, like, what do you fucking, like, quickly just describe how you wake up in the morning and get to work. Like literally. I know that sounds insane,
Right.
but that's what I want to know.
Right.
How do successful people think and behave?
Right.
I've been this way since I've been 12 years old.
Well, yeah.
Mostly because I didn't have a stable father figure.
But that's a good.
Not gonna
That's a
admit-
good thing.
I'm not going
though.
to sit here and sugarcoat this thing because I'm some fucking driven, successful person. No, it's because I didn't have a fucking father figure and I had no idea how to be a man.
Sure.
I was in pure, you know what I mean? So anybody who looked like they had their shit together, I would just fucking like literally, and I was irritating. I still am, right?
But you're inquisitive though, which is a good thing.
because I'm trying to figure life out.
Right.
I know that I don't know shit, right? And that's always been the case. Even though when I know shit and I love to pass on that knowledge, I still am always trying to like refine that knowledge and upgrade the software,
Well,
so
yeah,
to speak.
and by knowing
So-
that you don't know shit puts you way beyond a lot of people who think that they know everything.
Right.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like that's wisdom right there.
So where I'm going with this is like when I see successful people still to this day, I never think, oh, it must be nice. Oh, why him? Why not me? Oh, you don't deserve that. I deserve more. I never think those things.
Right.
I go, man, what is he doing that I should be doing? Where did I fuck up? It's this, and I think it's because we're musicians, we think this way. It sounds like common sense when I'm talking to you guys.
Mhm.
And when I talk to most musicians, they agree with this because we are automatically our biggest critics, right? So we're always trying to improve ourselves as musicians. And I think by default, no matter how irresponsible we are when we're young, I think we always eventually self-criticize ourselves as humans and improve as humans and as people and as workers and as leaders, as fathers, as fucking husbands, whatever. I think it's just naturally in our DNA to self-evaluate, self-correct, and try to get better.
Right.
Unless you're one of them bullshit motherfuckers whose band has always sucked for 20 years. Those guys lack that ability. That's why they still never got better at guitar, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense when I'm talking to you guys. My point is, I think we lost that as a majority of our society. There's too many people out there now that are spiteful and ungrateful for what they have, because things have become way too convenient and way too
Right.
easy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now they think they deserve more. And I came up with the phrase a long time ago. Back in the day, people would be born poor and they would hope that their grandchildren or their great-grandchildren would be born wealthy. Nowadays, people are born poor and they expect to die rich.
Right.
That's the problem for me. And that's exactly the way I describe our society as a whole. And I'm not sure that's just America. I'm not sure that's America at all. I think that's kind of like literally everywhere.
When did people? Okay, here's a question, because this is kind of the way that I perceive it. And when did people have people always been so entitled? You know what I mean? Because it seems like now,
What I see more than anything is nobody worries about themselves. Right.
right?
They never worry about what they're doing or their own actions. They never want to work for anything for themselves. Everybody joins these little groups, these little cliques, right? and expect things just to happen because they're associated with something.
Right.
Instead of not worrying about anything else that's around them and just worrying about themselves and making their own.
Right.
I see it every day, dude.
Right.
Every day.
Well, people seem to be more with the.
They worry about too many other things instead of themselves.
And they can't see through the forest for the trees.
No. They see everybody else getting something, a piece of something, free, whatever, from a group, whatever it may be, and they just want a part of that without having to work to get something.
They don't want to work.
In life. Well, you're telling me.
Well, right. I don't. I mean, let's be frank. Nobody really wants to work.
No.
But it's just something that you have to do for civilization to continue.
Not civilization, just to live and enjoy your life. I mean, we're all here for only a certain amount of time.
Well,
right. You got to be able to find the kind of balance that you want in your life, and you got to work for what you want out of life. How hard you want to work is what you're going to get out of your life.
If you don't do what you do, right, for a career,
Yeah.
then that affects the trucking industry. Sure. Okay, in my own little small way, if I don't do what I do for the place that I work, that affects the construction industry.
Yeah.
So it's not even like, okay, yeah, it fucking sucks to go to work. Well, yeah, nobody wants to go and do things that aren't enjoyable. But
are you sustaining? Are you sustaining your life with what you're doing?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you happy with what you're doing?
You know what?
With your life.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
No, but what your job's providing you, are you happy with how your life is outside of your job?
For the time being, and I know that there's room to move up, and it's not stressing me out.
Okay, so
I can tell you if you want to move up, though,
if you want to move up, though, there's more you could do, right?
Correct.
So you can always. So it's how far you want to take yourself.
Yep.
Is where your balance is going to be in your life.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Correct.
So and a lot of people don't have that gauge, man. They just want shit to fall out of the fucking sky for them.
Well, right.
No, and I'm going to put this in context, right? So like the shit I'm doing now. And again, I can't talk about it yet. I'll talk about it way after the fact when it doesn't matter. And I know that sounds like it's like, oh, he's clout chasing. No, I'm not. It would be career suicide right now. But basically, my point is I would be willing to work 16-hour days, what I'm doing right now, because it's fucking dope.
Because you like it.
But if you fucking dare ask me to stay 5 minutes late in that cubicle, you can eat fucking shit. I will fucking chop you to death. Like, I will pull out a sword. I will manufacture a sword from the ether in my imagination and murder everybody in that office to get out.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that because that's prison.
Yeah.
Like, but what I'm doing now, so that's what you're talking about is, are you happy doing what you do that provides balance to your life?
Correct.
I feel like even if I was putting in 16 hours a day, which I'm willing to do and technically am doing on certain days, it does not only provide balance, it enhances my ability to be a musician and a podcaster, because the network that I'm expanding is spheres above where I've ever been before.
Right.
The intimacy of these relationships I'm building is deeper than you would ever have at a one-off concert. You know, it's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah. When we put it in that context, you're 100%. And I can tell you own a company because you give a shit and value employees.
Absolutely.
Instead of just managing someone else's employees.
Is it
I can
harder
tell that
now?
just based on the questions you were asking. It's pretty interesting.
This might be a stupid question because I think I'm almost confident that I know the answer to it. But is it harder now to find good employees than it was 7 years ago?
100%.
Like way harder.
Way harder. Yeah,
right. People just don't want to work now where maybe 5 years ago.
They expect to be paid more to do less, right?
Yes. Right?
Right.
Well, for example, when my partner and I bought the company in 2016.
And we're not talking about inflation, just to put it in perspective for anybody that might go, well, yeah, inflation, I should get paid more. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking
in
about
6 years, literally, our top wages doubled in 6 years.
In 6 years?
There's no other industry where a wage has increased 100% in the last 6 years. Look it up. That's
fucking crazy. In 6
and
years?
Just for the listeners and the viewers, what industry are you referring to?
Transportation, trucking, and own a trucking company and 2 garbage companies.
You know,
to be fair, though,
I want to get back into logistics.
To be fair, though,
I've done it.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I know how to do it.
Trucking. If you race inflation from the
we need to
70s,
talk.
Yeah, no, I've done international and domestic logistics.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
and just to be fair, though, trucking in general since the 70s, if you race inflation, they're way behind. Like, it's one of the worst industries as far as keeping up. So maybe they're finally keeping up with
I don't know about that. I mean,
where they should have been.
The problem is right now with where the fuel prices are, and then the driver's wage, and then the drivers knowing how valuable their CDLs are. I mean, they're jumping all over the. I got some veteran guys that I've worked with before 2016 that are working there that are lifers. They're happy with where things are going, but a lot of these young new kids are coming in and they're just jumping to company, right? Chasing the dollar. And
is it harder to get a CDL now than it was before?
No.
Why is it so valuable now?
Because there's truck driver shortage.
Right. Can you sell that on the blockchain? I'm sorry. I had to.
Your drivers can take pictures while they're on the road, sell them as NFTs, and clue you in on fucking 20% of their revenue.
Hey, that's a revenue stream.
Yep.
No.
So it's just there's a shortage of truckers?
Yeah, there's shortage of truckers.
I love you, man.
I know. I just saw a window there for a second.
It was great. It was a perfect fucking callback.
But it's not just this industry. Everybody I talk to, everybody's got a shortage of workers or people that don't want to work or call in 2-3 times a week, and they still have a job because employers, they're trying to keep afloat unless you're a $1 billion company. But even $1 billion companies are turning people in and out.
Right.
So.
Well, Pojo, he's got the pilot car company, right? Yep. I just saw him the other day. He's like, "These fucking fuel prices are killing me."
Well, and
fuck, dude.
Yeah, almost $6 a gallon.
There are other
for diesel.
situations,
and freight rates are down.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
and there are other situations though where and it's probably not true when you're with anything up to, I would say, a medium-sized company. But as soon as you start fucking with actual corporate America, man, I've seen him personally do some dirty shit. I was a kid and I got into the mailroom at Wells Fargo, and I delivered mail all the way up to the president, right?
Yeah,
literally. I would walk in and go, "Here's your," and he was always on the phone side. But everyone up to him, they weren't on the phone. They didn't actually work very hard, and so they would talk to me, and we'd build relationships over a year, or whatever it was. Well, they were in that position, and it was fucked up, man, because Wells Fargo, and this was also true at US Bank when I worked there, man, you'd work there for 20, 25 years. You'd be 5-6 years away from retirement, and they'd fucking fire your ass without cause, and then just because you're old and your salary's too high, and they'd hire somebody at 25 just out of college at literally a third of your salary.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not shocking, I suppose, hearing that, but that's fucking gross.
So when people enter into these situations and they hear stories from their father and their grandfather about, they go, well, fuck them. I want as much now.
Right.
It's up to me to take as much money from you now so I can go invest that. And that's what I think the world is going towards, is fuck you, pay me now, bitch. I don't give a fuck if your company's here 10 years from now. I'll find a new job. That wasn't
There's
true
nothing
20
wrong with
years
that.
ago. But that wasn't true 20 years ago.
There's nothing wrong with that mindset, though. As long as you perform, take all the money you want.
Exactly. But the difference was
but you're earning it.
20 years ago, though, guys did care that they still had a job at that company 20 years. They were looking for stability.
Right.
Now people aren't looking for
Well, it's just like the NBA,
for,
right? Nobody switched teams back in the 90s. You had all this.
Point.
Right.
Well, they did, but there was
not
not
like now. Yeah.
It's not like it was
If you
today.
got drafted in the 80s, you were with that team.
Yep.
Right.
Before the dawn of the free agency era.
Yeah. Until you were ready to retire and they kicked you to the curb for your last 2-3 years.
The true super team, it was they added one free agent named Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, and that was like a big, growing up down there,
yeah.
That was like a big deal when they shifted in that direction. Like they started bringing people in, and before it was like you drafted Scottie Pippen, and then I was just talking with my buddy about this. He was from Central Arkansas. He had a couple good years, and the general manager like fucking was like, "Here, I'll give you a 10-year, $44 million contract."
Are you a sports fan?
Yeah,
yeah,
sports fan.
Yeah, and Pippen was like,
all sports.
I
mean, you're wearing an NFL hat. That's why I asked sports fan.
Football, baseball, and probably basketball, and then hockey in that order.
In that order?
Yeah.
Dude, so tell me how crazy it was to be your age growing up in literally Jordan's prime.
Oh, it was. I
mean, that's your childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about golden age of childhood for Greg, because you're only a few years older than me.
Yep.
So
I'm 43, so that was back in when was it?
So when you were born? 78. Yeah.
So 78. they had their runs
so he was
in like
91 to 96 pretty much.
When was he drafted? 83, 84?
He was drafted.
He was 83.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too, is that I'm a Tar Heel fan because
was he class of 83 or drafted in 84?
That's a good question. They won the.
I think he was drafted in '84.
I think it was because I think it was the '83 NCAA championship when he hit the shot against Georgetown.
'84, and something's telling me because I love to pretend how dope '84 was because that's when I was born. And like Van Halen came out in '84. There's a lot of cool shit that happened in '84.
Here's
I think
the thing.
Jordan was
Pick
drafted
3,
in
1984.
Yep.
Yeah,
good
that's
call.
what I thought.
Good call.
Thank you.
So here's the thing: is that it was
now,
nuts.
like I said, '84 is the dopest year that's ever existed on planet Earth because of all the shit that happened. Specifically, me being born.
It was great. It was great. It was. Jeez, Louise.
Did you just say "Geez, Louise"?
Yes.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yep. Totally. But yeah, no, it was
Louise.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome seeing Jordan at that time, and what was great about it was
and just
like the slam dunk contest.
You're from Chicago,
Yes.
so people don't get it twisted. You're from Chicago. That's why I asked this because you're in Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago is not. I mean, you had the Bears in '85, but you
the
didn't.
Bulls were terrible.
Right.
Before, I mean, they were fucking
and it
terrible.
was not a great sports town. The
They were
Cubs
terrible the
still
first
an
couple years
embarrassment.
Jordan was there, too.
Yeah.
And the Cubs were still an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like
the White Sox with Tom Seaver made the ALC, well, in the loss.
I mean, this isn't the era where the Twins were winning World Series.
No,
Just put baseball into perspective.
Right.
So we're talking about.
They had. This is a blast from the past. It was the MLS, it was Major League Soccer, and it was indoor soccer, and there was a team called the Chicago Sting. At this time when I was growing up, DePaul basketball was huge. Like Mark Aguirre was on DePaul, and they were really good back then. It was the last time I think they were good because they've been awful. And then the Bulls had to go through the Pistons, and there was Larry Bird. And so think about this. Isaiah Thomas, who's also from Chicago.
We'll get there. Hold on. Let's slow down. So is what I want to get at, though, is you're about 6 years old. So you're like actually able to start remembering shit. You have real life going. So Michael Jordan comes down. You probably have no comprehension of what that means. Because not everyone in the NBA actually really had it. I mean, some people did, but not everyone.
The watershed moment for realizing that something crazy was going on was, and I remember it, watching the slam dunk contest was him and Dominique Wilkins. Mm-hmm. And it was at the All-Star weekend, and when those two went head-to-head, and they were just crushing it, and then also Larry Bird winning the three-point contest. And it was like, okay, now this is, because it was always watching football, but it was like, okay, now this is fucking rad. And you're seeing... I remember it was. I remember basketball before it was even the Los Angeles Clippers. It was the San Diego Clippers.
Right.
No shit.
Yeah, it was the San Diego Clippers, and then Donald Sterling, the guy that got banned from the league because he's just a racist piece of shit. He actually is a racist piece of shit. He moved to the San Diego.
It's funny because my black friend is like, no, that's not actually racist. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. As a white guy, it seems pretty racist. And this isn't just a guy who's black. He's a black. Yeah, he's like, nah, dude, I'm telling you, that ain't actually racist. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, so it's funny because I agree with you.
Yeah, so they were the San Diego Clippers, and before it was Sacramento, they were the Kansas City Kings.
Right.
So way back shit, but it was Jordan in the slam dunk contest, and then the shot over
something was going.
Yeah, the shot over Craig Elo against the Cavs.
Yep.
Now they didn't win the title
to get to the title that year.
Yeah, that was to get to the Pistons.
To get to the championship or the conference championship. Yep. Yeah,
and then finally he had enough of the Pistons and was able to get through them. And once he
bulked up.
Yep.
Like here's the thing: is like Jordan was so.
He was lanky though. Yeah.
Jordan was the only reason I got into basketball. And then KG kept me into basketball.
Yeah.
And then once KG was gone, it was like, basketball sucks.
Oh, I love Kobe.
Yeah, right.
I hated Kobe because literally it was like watching Michael Jordan ripoff.
Yep.
Like he was definitely...
I could see that a little bit.
He was definitely the best player in the league while he was in the league. But first of all, I can never be a Lakers fan.
Why not? They're from here.
That's why. Because they fucking left, eat shit, forever, die.
Right.
I forget about that all the time. God, that's fucking crazy.
It's not. It's blasphemy, dude. It's Minnesota sports blasphemy. You can't cheer for the Lakers.
There's no lakes in California.
And not only can you not cheer for the Lakers, but by what do they call that? By proxy, you can't cheer for any LA sports teams ever. Like,
I love the Dodgers.
I do too. But that's just because in Little League I played for the Dodgers and we won the state championship. So I got a soft spot for the Dodgers because I still have a Little League jersey where we won state.
And that's a sweet name for a team.
Fuck yeah, it is.
The
But
Dodgers.
they're not even from there. That's the other reason
from
you don't
Brooklyn.
like it. Yeah, exactly. That's the other reason you don't cheer for
Right.
LA teams, because none of them are from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was fucking awesome.
So that's gotta
that
be
was a great
crazy,
time
though.
to watch hoops.
Because
Yeah.
I grew up and I was obsessed with Michael Jordan, like so obsessed, and he couldn't get past the Pistons because of the violence on the court. And I don't
Yep.
mean like crazy violence. I just mean the true physicality of the game back then.
Lambeer and Rick Mahorn,
And
they
so
would
he
just beat
bulked
the
up.
fuck out of
Yeah.
guys.
So, and he said this. He said this in his own documentary. He said flat out, he goes, I realized I had to bulk up. I had to get thicker. I had to get stronger. I had to learn how to take that kind of beating and get past him.
yeah,
But is what nobody, including him, talks about is the fact that he also continued to do every single other thing that he did to get better at every single other thing. He didn't back off anything to compensate for late weightlifting. He
Yeah.
just literally added in more weightlifting.
Yep.
He didn't stop free throw shooting. He didn't stop taking threes. He didn't stop any of the other things. That guy is the ultimate version of every single competitor who's ever existed. I think even Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's the closest version because
Yeah.
Tom Brady's not a great athlete.
No.
But anybody that's played with him talks about there is no greater competitor or preparer.
right.
Like the guy, you just can't do it. There's nobody, including guys like Peyton Manning, which I don't even necessarily agree with because I think Peyton Manning, if he would have been teamed up with Bill Belichick, I think they would have won 10 Super Bowls on their own.
Well, I agree. There was definitely the
Peyton
coach
was
aspect.
on his own level.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're about to see that with Justin Fields in Chicago.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I'm
You
bringing
gotta
that back up
admit this.
because you're not a Justin Fields fan.
Dude, I am a quarterback evaluator. So I have this uncanny ability to not even like, but I'll admit before I finish the statement, when I miss big. So I'm not sure about that Patrick Mahomes guy.
God.
So when I miss big. Same thing with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sold.
Dude, that's weird. He's in Denver. That's going to be so awkward.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be awesome because fuck Seattle.
Yeah.
I hate Seattle.
that's the Sea Chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the fucking Seattle Seahawks. But no, dude, Justin Fields is a joke. He won't be in the NFL in a few years. Same thing with Trey Lance. Same thing with what's his fuck?
So you're not sold on the athletic quarterback.
What do you think about Trevor
that's
Lawrence?
not true.
I'm on the
Jacksonville
fence
kid?
about. Yeah, I'm on the fence about
He's
him.
the real deal.
You think so?
He's the real deal. He's in a toxic situation.
What about
Like-
Zach
like
Wilson
he-
in New York?
No.
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 What about
He's okay. He'll be in the NFL for years, but he's going to be a journeyman backup.
what about Pickett that the Steelers just picked?
I'm not sure. This year's class, I had zero time to look
Yep.
at any film.
There wasn't much.
whatsoever.
There wasn't much of it.
I literally have this. I have no opinions.
Yep.
I can't even pretend. I will eventually do a little bit of research and like finally do my stupid Facebook post that I do every year.
Yep.
Just so I have my own record. And that's why I know I'm fucking dope at this because I see my own memories.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I need to fucking, again, this was one of the motivations. I was like, I need to fucking start a YouTube channel because like my accuracy is insane. The 1 year, I don't know if you remember this, but I literally perfectly 1000% guessed or predicted where all the free agent quarterbacks were going to line, including Teddy Bridgewater. Like it was insane how accurate I was.
I'd still take Bridgewater on the Bears. I've always liked him.
He's a leader. He's a leader.
He's
of
a
men.
winner.
He's a leader
Yeah.
of men. He's very marketable.
Fuck.
So
I
if
mean,
you-
he's all he's done is won. Really, right?
And get hurt.
And he does get hurt. Yeah,
That's the
he's got
problem.
fucking lead in his shoes.
I loved Bridgewater. when
and he
was here.
doesn't have a strong arm.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have a strong arm.
Yeah,
but he's
Tom Brady
intelligent,
again
though.
proves you don't need a strong arm. So.
He's smart, right?
However, he also can't throw without gloves, and gloves plus cold weather
Yeah.
equal inaccurate passes.
Teddy two
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah. You cannot. If a quarterback can't throw without gloves, I'm not starting.
Right.
Because once the weather gets cold, which is something out of your control in the playoffs, right? You don't know where you're going to play.
Didn't Roethlisberger play with two gloves forever? I thought he
I
did.
think except in cold weather, right?
I wonder
No,
if like
maybe.
his chick or his groupies are like, bang me with both gloves on.
Maybe you're right.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you
Like,
might be
that's
right.
like a thing.
Actually, you
And-
know what? You might be right, dude.
Yeah, I think he did. But there's always exceptions to the rule.
Yep.
I think, and for some reason, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but something's telling me he started with two gloves, but later in his career he ditched the glove.
Possibly.
And
Yeah.
maybe he just wore the left glove.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I fucking got thrown into quarterback, and I hated playing quarterback. They always wanted me to play quarterback because I had a big arm because I was a pitcher.
Yeah.
In baseball, right? And
That's the gig, pitching.
And I could fucking rocket the ball, dude.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, work every 7 days.
Totally.
I was a starter too.
Yeah,
I was a
totally.
starting pitcher.
I want my kid to be a knuckleball pitcher.
Right.
I think it'll be awesome. You don't throw out your arm.
No, you know what I want my kid to
knuckleball.
be? You know what I want my kid to be?
Fuck.
A kicker.
Yeah, that's a great gig too. But then when you fuck up, they hate you.
Oh, yeah, you're
But
done.
it doesn't
People
matter.
hate you.
You'll
Yeah.
still, if you're competent, you'll still play 20 fucking years, and you'll make $4 million a year for
Yeah.
20 years. Like, invest that money, put it in the right funds, and your children,
I would never
your
want-
children's children.
I would
will
never want-
never.
I would never want my kid to experience the Gary Anderson in 1998, so I couldn't do that to him.
If your kid is Gary Anderson
Yeah.
in '98, he took a payoff. Fuck him.
Yeah, do you think that? Do you
Only kick he missed all year.
Yeah,
he took a payoff.
I
Fuck
heard
him.
someone was fucking his wife. That's like one of the urban legends that I've heard. Someone on the team.
Yeah.
Same
Oh,
thing.
really?
If your kid's Blair Walsh, he deserves to
Yeah,
get that.
that's
payoff.
why he missed it. He missed it
I'd rather be
intentionally.
Blair Walsh because
If
you
your
know
kid's
you
Dan
suck.
Carlson, if your kid's Dan Carlson, though, here's
Right.
the point: if your kid's Dan Carlson,
Yeah,
he got a better job,
right.
and
Well,
now
he
he's
got-
crushing it.
Yeah, he got cut way too early.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
not.
Zimmer sucked. He
It's
was
not
a
about the
horrible
experience.
coach.
It's about how the man rebounded from the
Yeah,
experience.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Dan Carlson's better off for it.
Yeah.
He fucking got cut. He realized,
Yeah.
it ain't just about kicking as hard as I can,
Right.
and being focused and driven and motivated. He's
Yeah.
like, oh no, there's religious levels of technique that go into
Oh, yeah.
kicking. Yeah, it's fucking cool, man. I listened to Ryan Longwell
Mhm.
talk about that. There's two types of kickers in the NFL. There's the booters
Yeah.
who kick it as hard as they can, as far as they can, and then there's the and it comes down to a crew,
Yeah.
like the center, the holder, and the kicker. And the other type, it's absolute, and we're talking like NASCAR pit crew level of precision of timing.
Yeah.
Milliseconds.
Yeah.
And if anything is even a little bit off, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're missing the kick. Ironically, guys like Ryan Longwell,
Yeah.
who are part of that deal, the accuracy side of things versus the power side of
Yeah.
things, they're the more accurate ones
Right.
because it's religious to them.
Yeah.
They're like, everything must be perfect, like militaristic
Yeah.
NASCAR.
It's not like
level shit.
Janikowski where he just fucking.
Right, and then he goes to the club and fucking roofies
Yeah.
Or Blair
roofie
Walsh.
chicks repeatedly.
Or
Like
Blair
that was
Walsh.
his deal.
Blair Walsh is actually the best example.
Sebastian Janikowski
Right.
got busted so many times for roofies. Like who gets busted that many times for roofies?
Yeah. Just put your helmet on. Go get some chicks.
Right, like
Naturally.
that.
Come
That's
on.
honest. That struck me as weird. It's like repeatedly,
Right.
like that. You had a thing for that.
Yeah.
We got a question from Jess Carlson.
Mm.
You know
Yeah.
Jess.
I might know her.
Yes, yes.
Did you hold on? I'm gonna just grab my phone for the comments. Did you see when the woman ran on stage for Adam Levine, or when Prince kicked Kim K off stage? I did see when Prince kicked Kim Kardashian off stage. One of the greatest moments.
I haven't
in
seen
entertainment.
either of them. What?
I haven't seen the
Let me see
Prince
if I
one.
can find this.
Oh no, I've seen the Prince one. What was the other one?
When
Adam Levine?
No,
from
I haven't
Maroon
seen that.
5?
some
Levine
bitch
one.
ran on stage for Adam Levine.
No, I didn't see that one.
Have you seen the meme of Adam Levine performing at the Super Bowl when he was all shirtless and tattooed?
No.
And there's a meme of him next to a Chipotle bag. And it's like, looks like Adam Levine went to Chipotle to get inspired by his tattoos. It's fucking.
I'm
It's
definitely
insane.
going to get flagged
Yeah.
for this. I'm going to get flagged for this. This podcast is definitely getting demonetized, but it's going to be worth it because this is actually a pretty great clip. So here's the.
I didn't even know this happened. Okay.
So again, they can't hear it, so we can talk over it,
Yeah.
which might help us not get flagged. I
Right.
might be able to
Okay.
because we're reacting to it and turning it into new content.
So here he
So
comes.
So Prince is up here playing.
Yep. He's got his dancers.
Well, this
He's
is
doing his deal. Lots of beautiful bitches on stage,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, here it is.
Yeah.
And he says, "Nah, bitch, get the fuck out of here," or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he actually disses her in
Did
the
she?
microphone.
Was she a dancer?
No, she just walked up on stage thinking she's hot shit. She walked up there, and he like shrugged her off and was like, "Nah, bitch, get the hell out of
Yeah.
here." He actually said something into the microphone.
Really?
Yeah, you guys will have to actually go watch this and find other clips of it. And the listeners, I apologize for people that are listening on audio only.
Okay.
You guys will just have to look up Prince kicks Kim K off stage.
So, and then the other one was Adam Levine with a chick that came up there. Okay,
There we go.
There it is.
Damn.
His priceless reaction.
Oh wait, I don't want a 4-minute clip. Hold on, fuck, I fucked this up. Let's see what we got here. What's the shortest one up here? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. This looks like there's actual footage.
Oh
in
yeah.
here.
Okay.
No.
That's it, right? This has got to
Okay.
be it.
There he is.
So here he is performing. Oh, bitch runs up behind him. Yeah, see, you're getting knocked out. You're getting knocked
can't do
out.
that.
No.
You're getting knocked out. You're getting knocked out. See, and again, this is a problem now. I don't even know that's a woman.
Yeah, and
I
you're-
don't even know that's a woman. So you can't even claim violence on women at
Yeah.
this point. Like, no, how do I know
No, that
that's-
would be. He actually handled this pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah.
gets her a hug.
But this is,
But he looked freaked out at first.
she got
Yeah.
lucky. Because this is probably, oh, dude, this happened in 2015. Again,
Yeah.
so this isn't right after all
Right.
these dramatic incidents
No.
have happened.
And then there's Afro men. Good lord. Afro men don't fuck around, man.
One thing I want to do in my life is somersault someone, not a woman, but I want to somersault
right.
somebody before I,
I mean,
die with a fucking
here's-
right hook.
What's stunning about that
Is what
Afro man
makes it-
clip?
here's what I
he
want to do.
didn't
When
even
you guys
think.
are playing,
That's just.
when you guys are playing at the Rock, coming up, there's this old tradition of Kyle Skolquist coming
Yeah.
across the stage and sweeping the stage while
Oh my
their
god!
friends are
I
playing.
got a story
like,
about him.
Like
At
get
the-
off stage, get off stage. We're closing up for the night.
Yeah.
Right? It's hilarious. So when he moved to Michigan, I took on that tradition, and so like once every 2, maybe 3 years, when one of my boys are playing,
Yeah,
I'll literally they're headlining. Like it's a fucking and it has to be a huge crowd.
yeah.
Otherwise the joke doesn't land. And yeah, so while they're playing, you just like start sweeping the stage, and then like you wait till somebody bumps into you, and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you."
Yeah.
There." Right? It's a great bit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: all this makes me want to do is just stage a bit where like one of us runs the stage.
Yeah.
You know it's me. You know it's happening, and
Yeah.
you fucking somersault me and throw me
Yeah.
into the crowd. Right? Like I think it would be hilarious, dude. Like security already knows it's gonna happen. That's the only way we save any of this shit.
Yeah.
So one of the most. So you brought up Kyle and The Rock because. So this popped in my head.
Yeah,
Speak
him and
to
Jeremy Blake were the king of onstage pranks.
Fucking.
Yeah.
We were playing with my band Rip Snorter was playing with Impaler at the Rock, and do you remember on the stage left they had that cutout there, right to the left of the
At the
stage?
Rock?
Yeah.
So
right,
by the
PA.
back by the green
PA.
room.
No, up front of the stage.
Okay.
They had like this little square. The PA speaker didn't.
when they yeah, I remember that. They didn't keep that for very long though.
No, I don't think so. Not after this, but fucking first song,
It was
dude.
left over after a national show. That was
First
part of
song,
the-
dude. He fucking comes running out, and Impaler's high energy, right, doing
Yeah.
all this shit. So he comes up and he just jumps to where he thinks the front of the stage is,
Yeah.
and he falls in this fucking hole, dude.
Who? Kyle?
Kyle,
Oh
did.
no.
He
No.
broke his fucking shoulder, his collarbone, or something.
Jeez.
And fucking, this is right after Eric left the band, but Eric was there helping him with lights. So Eric fucking, this was right in front of me, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
He's like his guitar's coming out of the fucking hole and shit.
Right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the first song. And then Eric Allen's like, fuck, comes running over, fucking trying to pull. Jeez. It was like some cartoon shit, dude.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it up, dude. I was
They're
like,
all in
oh my
full
God.
makeup and full warrior fucking gear, and he just fucking takes a nosedive.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I shouldn't laugh because it
Good
was,
lord.
but it was just like, oh my God.
Oh my god, that's funny. Dude.
Oh, dude.
Well, I gotta bounce out of here, I think.
Is it time?
Pretty quick here.
Is it 9?
It's not
9?
a little
Yeah,
after.
it's after 9.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up, man. I got to get to bed soon anyways.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was this. I was having too much
No,
fun.
this
No,
has
it's a
been
good time,
This
man.
is always how
I
it ends up
appreciate it.
happening.
Yeah.
We lose track of time.
Yeah, no,
Good
it's-
on you for keeping it night because you're sober.
Well, yeah. That's and whatever. That's why
Right?
the amount of now. Here's what I do want to say, and take it serious is I didn't know the chick, right? But Lee,
Yeah.
someone in the metal community, the punk in the
Lee
metal community.
Buchanan.
Yeah, Lee Buchanan, who has, to the best of my knowledge, did a lot for a lot of people,
Right.
with music that she believed in. Would just, we found out, and her sister posted online that she died of alcohol poisoning. Younger than me, right? And so I do want to take a moment, just not to be too serious, but at the end, we're joking about a bunch of shit, but that's some serious fucking shit. And, my heart goes out to her family,
For sure.
No, and I respect that, dude. And I actually had a family fucking thing go down today, dude. And I was going to tell you guys about this earlier. I went through a fucking crazy roller coaster of emotions today. So I get to work, and it was fucking boring as shit. Finally start talking to the guys. have a good time. Some shit goes down. Some people try to scam their way into the convention. It's fucking weird. And then all of a sudden I get this call from my grandma, and she tells me that my niece, who is extremely important to me, and she's been in a horrific car accident. She fucking went into the ditch, overcorrected, fucking got tossed from the vehicle, and fucking like, yeah, it's like bad. It's crazy.
Is she?
Right?
Is she still with us?
So at first, that's what I'm thinking. Like, she's in critical condition. Like, oh my God, what's going on? And like 15 minutes later, I get a hold of my aunt, and she's like, no, she's stable. She's going to be okay. Like, they got to clean the gravel out of her. She's got head. But it was just this roller coaster of emotions. So, no, I appreciate you taking that moment, because I almost wanted to do it at the beginning. Like, AMR, listen, like, I heard the news. I'm with you.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to be there now because you're currently getting gravel washed out of your face at the hospital. You wouldn't know I'm there.
Right.
But my thoughts are with you. You know, I'm here. So no, I'm glad we did it at the end.
And
Like, we're not going to end it on a downer moment at all, because it's more positive than anything else. But
I'm definitely not that dude that's like big sober crusader guy now. Like, what, you know, people do what you do.
But
what
our
you do,
thoughts
you
are
know?
with you guys.
Do what you do, and
our thoughts are with you.
Yeah, and totally. And so I guess that's just kind of the deal. Is that I look at part of the deep benefit of like looking at things clearly is that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking sucks. That's a young person who, you know, there are people that struggle with things, and you know, I didn't know her, but I know a lot of people do.
Yep.
And or did, and that's just fucking brutal. So, you know, love and light to everyone out there, and I hope that you know, through all the joking and all the bullshit, you know.
Yeah, and if you guys need help, man, reach out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the real moral of the story. So your gig's coming up this weekend, or not this weekend. It's June
25th.
Yep.
So June 25th at the Doghouse in Maplewood, Minnesota.
Yep.
Tickets can be bought at the venue.
Yep, they can be bought at the venue. I think Stormbreaker might be selling them online. There might be a way to get them online.
Start making them into
$10,
bitches.
Yeah, $10.
I'm telling you, there's a way to do this locally, and I'm not fucking around. I'm not just doing this because I'm not just doing this because I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, how do we do it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to get some ideas from talking to these people. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, we are definitely being short-sighted on this. Like, we need to start converting this, because it also gives you direct control over not trusting a bar. How many people came through the door? Like, there's so many avenues to this thing that start to benefit us, and get rid of that middleman. So, June 25th at the Doghouse. People can follow you with the link in the description.
For sure.
How can people follow you if they want to follow you online and get updates for shit? What's your social handle?
Robert Carlson, Facebook.
That's oh my god, dude, you're the worst at this. You're the worst at this. Rob.
Follow Twin Town Tyrant Records, Glutton for Punishment, Krog, Septicemic, Mastiff, Rip Snorter, and Black Flood Diesel.
Yeah, that's what sucks is we didn't even get to the Twin Town Records stuff. I wanted to get into all of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have you on fucking.
Well, I'm telling you, dude, it will be,
and we're gonna have to do it soon because you have your own fucking story to fucking tell. And that because you got a lot going on, man.
No, yep.
But this was cool to have you back on a rehab.
Yeah, brother.
Fucking rehash Black Flood, promote the next show coming up. Fucking talk the bullshit that's actually happening in all of our current lives. I'm pumped up, man. I think it's really cool to come full circle like this. Here we are, almost 2 years later. You were one of my first guests, you know, and back then it was about
episode 3 and 19.
Yeah. It was like let's get fired up about fucking not letting the pandemic fucking cripple us.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people being victims, right?
Yep.
So it's cool to do this full circle, man.
No, it's awesome. It's always fun chopping it up, you know, and it mixes things up, but it's cool, you know.
I love you, man.
Fucking A. Much love.
Thank you guys for being here. It was an honor. Like, subscribe, share. You guys know the drill. I don't need to tell you what to do. It's the internet. Fucking be here. Thank you guys. Much love.
Yep.